So I don't know what's going on.
Disconnected.
Okay.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Public comment, 3 minutes. Shay.
Mr. Chairman, thank you. Shane Eaton, Prairie County. I guess I'm not sure that the county's taken any action. And so I'd like to offer some advice for action that the county should consider in regards to the letter from Crowley and Fleck, threatening litigation to the county. And if I could, Mr. Secretary, I'll read it and give them a copy.
Oh, okay, then I'll add that.
I just have this bullet pointed out, but I'd just like to read it. Prairie County holds the constitutional right of its citizens to freely associate, express their concerns, right to vote, and right to participate in local government in the highest and utmost regard. And Glendive Wind LLC and Nextera will not intimidate or infringe on these rights. Prairie County should table all business under consideration in regards to Glendive Wind and Nextera indefinitely. Prairie County should table any submitted or proposed business from Glendive Wind or Nextera indefinitely. Glendive Wind and Nextera should not be on the commissioner agenda as an action item or consideration. Prairie County should inform Glendive Wind and Nextera that communication will only be in the form of certified mail addressed to the Prairie County Commissioners. Individual emails to the commissioners or county attorney will not be recognized. And after Glendive Wind or Nextera, because the letter that came from Crowley and Fleck did not clearly state in the letter who the client was that I see or saw. So after they withdraw the threat of litigation, I would suggest a 90-day cooling off period should be implemented before any business or normal or formal communication will resume between Prairie County and Glendive Wind and Nextera. I think that is a reasonable thing for Prairie County to do in response to the threat of litigation. And until it goes away or they withdraw their threat. Hey, Mr. Chairman, do you want to get the secretary?
Yeah,
Thank you.
thank you.
And I see on the agenda at 1 o'clock, there's going to be a meeting with an attorney. And I don't know, has Prairie County talked to other counties like Webo? Have you sat down and talked to those commissioners and those attorneys that represented Webo in the same exact circumstance that Prairie County's in? I mean, they had a developer in the same situation and they implemented zoning a year ago. The law firm that represented Webo County, is Prairie County considered, or have they talked to those attorneys? Because they were in it. There's other attorneys that have represented citizen initiated districts, zoning districts and Supreme Court proceedings recently and done a good job. So have the county considered talking to them? There is a concern about the individual at 1 o'clock with private employment by that attorney. So looking at other attorneys, I think, and other attorneys that have had experience and other counties that have experience, and even across the board in North Dakota, there's been a lot of experience. And so I would urge the county to talk to those people as well. And I think I'll wait till for my next 3 minutes because I think it probably went over. Thank you.
I would agree with you. at some point, this whole thing gets ridiculous at some point. You gotta do this, you gotta do this, and we're getting directives about what we have to do. But an intruder doesn't have to. It's trying to change things, but citizens get citizens. I think, Wilson Clark County has 42 different type 1 zoning, 41 or 42.
Who's that?
Wilson Clark. It's huge. And, I have reached out to, I think it's the attorney that Weevil County has had. I have not heard back yet. I'm gonna follow the phone call. We need somebody that's diehard county. We're at the gym the other night. We didn't hear citizens, we're deaf. We're Washington DC is what we are. We know better. We think better. We have to listen to our citizens. If this was a 3-year deal, I feel like it's a 7-year deal. And it's gonna affect my great grandchildren. So let's slow the train down, do it right. We have so many citizens, 75.25% that want zoning. And I think we should be looking for citizens.
Keeper has a comment.
No, sorry.
At 3 o'clock.
Right.
I want to bring it up right before we go into review of that stuff. So it's fresh.
You can do it twice.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Shane.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Shane Eaton. I'd just like to give a recap of what happened at the public hearing in Dawson and Prairie. And it's still not, a lot of people are not happy that it was the same night. You know, there's, people think it's intentional. As you know, people have land in both counties. And so there's, just so that's on the record, you've already heard that, but people are not happy because it's difficult to go to both. A lot of people want to be in both places, but they couldn't. But in my record keeping, there were 61 people that spoke. 50 of those people in Prairie County spoke in favor of the regulation. Two landowners that did not sign the petition spoke in favor of the regulations at the hearing. So I think that's important to understand. 2 of them that did not sign came out in favor of the regulation. Only 5 individuals spoke against the regulations, 50 for it. 6 spoke against the regulations that were receiving funds from the developer. I think that's important when you put that number together. The other number is, and I didn't have time the other night, the other number that's important is 17. 17, for my estimation, is the number of landowners that are affected by a lease with a wind developer in Prairie County that signed the petition. 17 that have land affected by the lease, affiliated with the lease. That's a very large number. In Dawson County, it was overflowing. People couldn't hear, people couldn't see. They did not change the venue. Very bad situation. People got disgusted and left. But there's 43 people that spoke in favor of the regulation. Okay. And they just had it in the courtroom, which would have been just like our courtroom. You can only fit so many and then you're done. 43 people spoke. 1 person spoke against the regulation that had land in the district but does not live there. 1 person spoke against it who is a lifelong, I'm not sure what the correct term would be, but he sees things differently than I guess most people, and he spoke against it.
Contrarian.
Well, he's very liberal Democrat, and he's expresses that all the time. So that was 2 people. And the other 2 people that spoke against it were receiving funds from a developer. So there's 4 people that spoke against it. 2 not receiving money, 2 receiving money, 43 people spoke in favor. So it's absolutely unanimous in both counties, the feeling of the public. And I think that's very important to understand you know what it was like in Prairie, but Dawson, it was even more overwhelming. In Dawson County, there's 9 landowners that have, that are in the proposed development for Dawson County. Okay? That extends from Prairie. There's 9 landowners. 4 of those landowners signed the petition in Dawson. 3 of them have a residence in the proposed wind development. The 5 that did not sign the petition in Dawson do not live there. They do not have a residence there. They just have property. So that's important to understand too, where you have 4 of the 9 signed the petition. And 3 of the 4 have residence in the area, or in the property in the development. So as you look at this, the people that have these leases understand the consequence of not having some sort of setback in place. Anyway, I think I did my 3 minutes. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.
Are you gonna leave that with us?
Well, I can get you another one, but I can,
Can you explain it a little bit?
sure. And we only had 3 minutes the other night and it went really fast and I apologize, but so this, and I didn't bring my other signs with, but I can do it off this. This is the basis and the thrust of the regulations for the district. And what we are trying to prevent is trespass zoning, or otherwise known as reverse eminent domain. So here you have a landowner has 3/4 of a section, let's just say. These numbers aren't correct. This is just what I pulled off the internet. But you got this landowner here in the white and the landowner down here in this square, okay? Okay. You have a tall structure here and here on the landowner
Can you
participating.
step back, Shane?
Is it better?
Much
Yeah.
better.
Sorry.
Thank you.
Here, God, put that to work. I'm not good. I wouldn't say that. Thank you, Mr. Henry. So you have a tall structure here and here. The effects from the structure have this much of a reach. And we know there's effects because they're in the good neighbor agreement offered by the developer and in the lease offered to the state of Montana that are admitted to as effects. So the structures have this big of a reach. They go into this neighbor's property, this far. This neighbor now has been trespassed on and has had a taking by this landowner. Without permission and without compensation, this landowner has been trespassed on and has had a taking. And I didn't bring the other ones this morning because I don't know if we're gonna have time to talk about it. So what we want to do is have setbacks where this gets moved up to here. This landowner,
You don't have overlap.
you don't have the effect. Okay, and this would be setbacks. So this landowner does not have the effect if this landowner is not participating. Now I can kind of explain it. If we had a property line right here, okay, and you have owner A, owner B, and you have a structure on each side of the property line, and both owners are participating in development. These are spaced far enough away in our regulations where each landowner has their right to their wind. And they know they're gonna have this effect on their property, if the line's right here. And this owner knows they're gonna affect, so they agree for this landowner to externalize their effects onto this landowner, and he's gonna externalize his effects on this landowner. So they're both agreeing to have effects, and they're gonna share it. So the regulations that we've done in the district remove non-participating landowners from effects and allows participating landowners to still develop, but not to steal from the other.
I have a question. The circumference you made based on what height?
Yeah, so this number, I didn't change when I got it made. This would be a different number. So what we do in the regulations, the distance is not arbitrary. The distance in the regulation is based off rotor diameter, which is how they do spacing for developments. And I've given you.
Tip to tip.
Correct. So the diameter tip to tip, and the most optimum spacing from Johns Hopkins University in conjunction with a university in Europe is 15 times the rotor diameter. Okay, and so that's what we used in our spacing, is a length of a blade at 199 feet for the spacing.
And that's what that shows.
Yeah, that's not exactly the right number, but when you do that, so we're at 1,400 feet, that's 2,800 feet distance. 2,800 feet would be what would be in our regulations if I had this, because when I did this, I couldn't get it made how I wanted to get it made. I just had, but so this would be 2,800 feet, and I should have brought my other sign, I guess. And so 2,800 divided by 15 will give you a number, and that's the number we're, in our talking with other professionals, looking up online, that's the length of a blade, the rotor diameter. So you can take that number and come up. It's not arbitrary. As you look, I gave you a map of Kansas. You have a map of the development in Prairie County. Go. I mean, I can measure it all out for you, but go measure the distance between turbines. Just go do it. You'll not find one closer than 2,800 feet. Because they have to be farther apart. They're going to be 2/3, 3/4 of a mile. So in our spacing, we take into account the blade length. So it's not arbitrary at all. And I'll send you emails that'll explain that better, and I can bring my other signs in next time. But that is the basis of our regulations, is so we don't do this. And we've all agreed to that. Hope that made sense, but I'll have that in emails to you. I'll be firing you guys a bunch of emails.
So what you're saying is the corner down there at the quarter section or whatever
Yeah,
is a non-participating
correct.
landowner, where in the future, he does not have the same quality of wind, put up a tower on his property.
And he doesn't have the same quality of life. He's lost the use, but 100% use of his property here because of the externalizing of these effects from this structure to here. He's lost this. He's never going to build a house here. He has lost a considerable amount of private property and free enjoyment use of his property. That's a fact. I showed you the video of Ryan Bain in Kansas the other night. I'll be sending you the video, where you have noise, shadow flicker, all these effects, Tom Mott testified to it. So that's why this gets moved to here, this gets moved to here, so you still have what we all agreed upon and considered free enjoyment and use of your property. And if that in the future includes wind, that does. But in the meantime, all this gets moved away.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thanks for that.
Well, in that lease, to confirm what you're saying, they do. In that lease, whoever leases their land, when they sign that lease, they give up 8 or 9 or 12, whatever those are, easements for the noise and the shadow and the flicker and the interruption of electronics. That's there. And all you're saying is what you've done is putting this that close to another man's property line. They've actually stolen those easements from him because they didn't pay him. They didn't do anything. He just says, you don't matter. We have a good neighbor agreement. Sign it. Well, that's written by their attorney. And when I've read it, it's concerning because we are demanding neighboring citizens not participating to give up their land rights, property rights, and that's not right. Nextera is doing it because they do it. And they need to be held accountable to not interrupt somebody else's wind, lifestyle, homes, any of that stuff. And that's all these setbacks are doing. It's just, they went to hell and spent millions and millions of dollars to kill everything. Kill everything. Things Todd had brought to the table. Killed it. Lobbyists. But they don't pay for a man with a tank of gas, just go up and talk to them. That's disturbing to me.
Any more public comment?
Yeah, if you sent me that, I got it. Sure. Public comment and copies out.
Well, I don't want.
And we can make copies too.
I may. And I think I sent this to you, but.
You did.
I don't think I had a chance to look at it again.
Thank you.
Wait. Imagine you're gonna speak about this later, so I don't need to really public comment on this. And, that there would be considerations.
That's like very long kind of things.
No, it's attorneys.
Well.
I understand. I guess you can't comment. I understand there's been another, there's been.
Realize the people going before you roll in any kind of weather, you don't want to know better.
This threatening letter. Have we commented on that yet? I got here a little bit late. Do you have any comments on that?
Yes,
Well,
Shane did.
I guess you've covered that. I apologize. So I think that needs to be. You looked at, and if you're looking at another attorney, I would hope that you would look at this. This law office, take into some other considerations than what you have.
One of the visitors did not.
I guess I wrote this over to you.
Somewhere around.
County being threatened is most concerning. And insulting.
Well, I didn't do anything that you can.
So I just bring this, the Phelan Law Office, they do operate in Montana. And, as we know, Katie Bud Phelan has, been hired. And I think she's back on staff with the Trump administration, far from a garbage, law firm, nor do they put out garbage. So hopefully, they're heavily involved in landowner groups and private property rights throughout the West. They represent several landowner groups and agreements with solar leases, wind leases, space leases. This is in their element. This is what they're used to doing. So they're very, very, very qualified in doing this.
This poor space lease, is that to do with the carbon secrets?
That could be, makes sense.
So they represent a lot of clients. You know, you can read through the document, if you have it already, it's well worth the read. They represent clients in BLM, Forest Service, litigation. They represent all of this. What I come back to is they would show up, which would be a plus. They would be able to look at the documents that have threatening documents that have been presented and make determinations on that. They're very well qualified in this. Their reputation is, I'm not going to go over it. You can read it. We'll have several other documents to bring into the commissioners of people that have written letters and signed documents. So I have a few today and I'll have more of those to bring in probably this afternoon. I'll be able to bring those in. I mean, the people have spoken. Thank you for your time.
Public comment. You.
It's fine,
It's fine.
as long as it doesn't match.
Yeah,
I read the number.
It's hard to hear when
I know it.
voices coming in here.
Too loud over the other side. Yes.
Mr. Chairman, Shane Eden. You know, the discussion today at 1:00, there was a meeting here in the courtroom. I think it was January 15th. I can't remember the date right now. The lead developer for a wind developer was asked point blank if they would sue Prairie County if regulations were adopted. In the audio, I'm not sure if the secretary has it in the minutes. And the lead developer lead developer said that they would do the right thing. Didn't really answer, but they said they would do the right thing. So one has to hold them accountable to what they said, and that if citizens expressed their right to vote, voted overwhelmingly, is it the right thing to challenge that? That'd be the first question I would ask, because they said it. And they also said that they would abide by regulations adopted by the county. So if you can't believe what they say, that tells you a lot about who they are. And that goes to anybody. And I think that's how a lot of people operate in this part of the world, that if, you know, your word's your bond. And if they're not gonna go by that, then I think that tells you a lot about what could happen in the next 57 years.
I was at a Dawson County meeting a month ago. And I heard what you heard, yes. Ross, Freehand. City's working with communities, landowners. Finding a way, changing some things. And then 2 days later, we have a meeting here and we get a letter. That was unsettling to me. Get in line and follow us. possibility of litigation. That was concerning because we just heard one thing at one meeting and now.
Well, I should add in Dawson County, not to interrupt Mr. Commissioner, but Dawson County, the attorney that sent the letter to Prairie County told Dawson County that they would present litigation if Dawson County passed the type form zoning resolution. He said that. He said based off, they're gonna challenge the vote count. They're gonna challenge, that it's spot zoning, even though they have not challenged the type 2 zoning in Dawson County that are the same regulations. So they've done the same in Dawson. I did not explain that earlier, but they have said the same thing. If you proceed with the vote with what the people have voted, we're gonna supposedly move forward with litigation against Dawson County. It's on the audio, it wasn't there. It's not the best hearing, but that's what it was.
Time's up. Thank you. I ain't got a lot. We finished mowing yesterday. We're done with that. I guess we can talk about the phone call we had about the prairie dog thing, and you sent the letter already, and what I suggested, I woke up one morning and thought, maybe they're giving us runarounds on the gravel pits. Maybe we can get them for not getting permits to excavate on the county road.
Can you elaborate, Mr. Road Foreman?
We got a prairie dog issue on the roads.
They're digging right in the middle
Right
of
in
it.
the middle of the road. And maybe they need to get excavation permits to do that.
Oh,
He's being.
I wanna know
Kind
the
of,
signs for that.
well, I thought you meant the BLM was digging on the roads.
Well, they're prairie dogs.
They are, they're very close.
He woke up and found a sense of humor this morning.
Thought I had a complaint from a semi driver that when they passed you in a road grader that you didn't stop. I got an idea who it was, and I know he was empty. And, but yeah, I usually stop for all of them, but I know he was empty and he had complete half of the road because I was making a first cut. So I didn't feel I needed to stop. I was already doing 3 miles an hour, but it's almost stopped. Just bring it to your attention. Yeah, I know who it was. And I know he was empty because he was going up to get your cattle. But yeah, I usually stop, but like I said, I knew it was an empty truck. I didn't know who it was at the time, but I knew it was an empty truck and he had half the road, like everybody else. The other semis didn't have no problem either that come up and got it, so, yeah. Yep. I'm aware. Okay. Did we hear anything back from the BLM on our certified level? Probably not, because they're still
They're still shut down.
shut down. I know that when I give my monthly gravel report, I got replies from all 3 of them that said they were not gonna be in the office until this thing was over.
Automatic reply.
So, yeah, automatic reply. So I got an idea that whoever you had sent the letter to is same position. Just a guess. I'm not sure who you sent it to.
Eric Durbin was very optimistic when he thought they'd be back to work on Monday, wasn't he?
He was, yeah.
On your light on your road grader, in your owner's manual, did that shut that grader down?
We haven't got an owner manual yet, but we've been requesting one and they haven't done one up for us.
Maybe it's like my pickup and it's on the screen.
Well,
You
yeah,
can't
it
have a
is.
paper
Lights and
copy.
Everything's there. We maybe have gotten one already, I just haven't seen it yet. I think Adam's been gonna take care of that stuff now.
I got 3 pickups and they're older, but that light always comes on there.
Yeah, it's the
It's the regen light that's on, along with the caution light. It's not the stop light anyway, so. He's gonna run it for a while this morning and see if it does anything different. Starts losing power, he's gonna shut it down.
That have to do with the DEF?
Yeah, it's the only machine we have with DEF.
How much depth does one of those things use? Is it a lot?
Depends on how hard you're working the machine. God. When you don't have gauges on how much you're putting in, and it's hard to say, but
One glug or two?
I think,
It's not a lot.
it's not an overwhelming bunch, but I think they put in a 2.5 gallon jug every 3 days. On average, probably an 8-hour work day in the machine.
That goes directly in the fuel?
No, separate,
Yeah, separate tank.
yeah. Yeah, you
The average vehicle on the highway today has 12 to 1400 sensors. And when I experienced it to do it, it's a tractor, combine, light comes on,
Yeah,
nothing's falling off, nothing, it's a sensor that's telling me for the light come on, it just went bad. Put a new sensor on it.
but you gotta know which one it is.
Yeah.
That's where they get you, is you gotta have a tech come down, plug into it, cause they don't give you software to plug into it, and they narrow it down anyway, and then they start changing sensors. It's
Did they
costly.
pass that right to fix legislation? Wouldn't that include the road crew?
I would think it would include everybody, really, farmers.
Yeah,
That's what it was aimed
that was what it was
Farmers.
for, was farmers to
So they
be able to
can
fix
check
their own machinery.
You know what you should do, Todd? Next time you have a, like, county road foreman meeting, you should find out how many other counties use road graders.
Yeah,
And then counties should get together and make their own road graders. Take all electronics off
well, yeah, it's-
and get an old Champion road grader with hydraulics, make your own road grader. And all that other stuff.
there's a lot of counties out there right now that are refurbishing. They'll take one that doesn't have all them bells and whistles on it. And for about half the price of a new one,
Yeah,
they take it in and everything gets redone on it.
that's what I'm
Half the
saying.
price.
It's gonna get to that point where
Yeah.
counties have got to think outside the box.
Yeah.
Outside the box
We're doing it, Powder River County done a couple of them.
is make your own new road graders and or just have a form of entity that goes through the engines, puts in new hydraulic pumps, puts in O-ring,
That's,
and see.
yeah, these John Deere and Cat are starting to refurbish them, and that's what counties are starting to do. They're taking the old H machine, Cat H's, and refurbishing them.
Yeah, put an air ride seat with back cushion, and that's all you need.
Yeah,
I have an 8100 John Deere tractor that you have to put the wrong sensor on, make the light go out. And I learned that from Dave Robeson, that used to be with Mellons. Just out of frustration after replacing them. Called him up, and what's the deal? You can't put the right one on, put the wrong one on. And lo and behold,
it worked.
it worked. Yeah, that's what gets crazy.
Yeah. Now we come to that point.
Yeah, there's some counties already doing that, refurbishing, and like I said, it's half or a little better than a brand new machine. You pretty much got a brand new machine, other than some of it's the metal fatigue, you know, you're still gonna have some of that on the main frame. But they basically strip her completely down and redo them
Mm-hmm.
for about half the price. And I don't know how long that takes.
You had struck the agenda before.
So are you retaining some of your part-time help that have been? Thanks, Jim. That have been mowing?
Well, today, Wade had a doctor appointment, so he wasn't coming in, but he's done half of this week anyway because of his retirement
Right.
deal, so, and Gary's still going. And he'll keep going until we freeze up and can't blade it.
Sure.
But I might be able to get him to come in and, you know, if we got a gravel project, he can run the blade gravel, you know, laying that stuff out. seems how I ain't paying my other full-time guy that I'm supposed to have, so the money's there,
And that makes sense.
yeah. So, but he's strictly just in the blade, so if I ain't got blade work, then he ain't gonna be work.
If you do get some blade work, we went out and looked at the road last week.
Yeah.
Can you just blade from that cattle guard up?
Yeah, but I plan on it when I get more help. I got 2 blades going. I'm gonna go out and finish out more. I've been running 3 blades, but there's just so much to cover. And I got one sitting out there that I've been waiting. I was kind of hoping my other guy, his back's hurting, so he's gonna go try to see a chiropractor and take.
How's your moisture? Is it still decent?
There's some good moisture there cutting, but it's not there when you lay it out. It's pretty dry, but at least it's there cut. I mean, if we can get a little moisture on it after we get it all put back, it helps. But I've always said it's always better to get some moisture after than before. So. They're still there, yeah, they're cut.
Yeah, we've been doing a little
Yeah,
work.
you're cutting pretty good.
Pretty decent, yeah. And it's a lot of that you don't wanna cut too much in, especially if the road, like a lot of that. From Robbie's your way wasn't too bad. I mean, as far as ruts or washboards or anything, so you don't have to cut much.
I see you left the lower.
Well, I'm gonna finish that today.
You're gonna finish that today.
Yeah.
A lot of that's pretty good.
Some of it is, but some of it's got that rock out there and there's none in the middle of the road, so I wanna get that back in the middle, so if it rains, there's some traction, That float's gotta be brought back up, otherwise you don't lose your crown. And we can't afford to lose crown.
Yeah.
It takes a long time to build it up, and if you lose it, it takes a long time to get it back.
Are you seeing about the same amount of hunter traffic as normal?
I ain't been seeing as much up there. I think the word's out that there ain't nothing up there. I ain't been seeing the hunters.
The dead zone.
Yeah, it's dead zone now. It's not. I think word's out that there's no game up there, so they don't go hunting up there.
We're seeing traffic, but about half of it.
Yeah, well, it's still early in the season though, too. A lot of people wait till that rut gets on before they come hunting. But then I think, talking to the guy downtown, in fact, I just met him for the first time, to hear him on radio all the time, and Andy Schwab. Sat downtown, he come in and sat next to me, I didn't know who he was, we got to visit, and he was down animal hunting, said he's out all day and never seen an animal. And I says, how long you been hunting down here? And he says, this first year, and I said, why'd you come? Well, you got all this BLM block management. And I said, been that way for 30 years. That's why there's no game here. Oh, everybody comes down here now because of the block management and the BLM.
We have a resolution, right?
We need to go through the policy because we didn't do that,
Okay.
because it's coming out. The ad's coming out, so if someone comes in and asks for a copy of it, I would really like to have. Make sure, did you guys go through and make sure that the corrections were correct? That I gave you last
Do
week.
you remember?
You guys said
You guys didn't do it during the meeting, so, no.
I gave you the copy and you said that we would make sure it was done.
I think other things were on our brain.
Mhm.
But yeah,
No, we need to make sure that it's the way you guys want it to read. Do you have the copy that I made you last week?
At home.
Yeah, home I do too. It was a wild week, kid.
It was you that said you wanted this on the next
did.
agenda because you said you left your copy of notes at home, so you don't have your copy of notes with you now either, right? So what do you guys want me to do?
I'd rather do it right than do it wrong and just beat it up. That's what I'd rather do. I'd
Okay.
rather put it on our next meeting, and I promise.
Well, that
you-
ad's coming out well before our meeting, and our public hearing is on your meeting. Because the
When's the
public hearing is scheduled for the 14th. And the ad's coming out this Saturday,
You have it on the 12th.
Well,
or on the 12th,
That's
sorry.
what you got on.
I was thinking the 14th.
What she's saying is she'd like the copy to be able to give out to people if they ask for it, and right now she can't do it because the corrections haven't been reviewed and approved.
Can we wait till next meeting?
Your next meeting is after.
well, the next meeting's next week, isn't it?
No,
No, it's the 12th, or the,
not till the 12th. So your meeting is actually the same day that the hearing is. The ad comes out this Saturday.
How come that, I'm looking at 26 over there.
25, so one right behind it. So the 12th is the
Okay.
next meeting.
I was sitting there trying to figure out, I knew that Veterans Day was on Tuesday, and I'm looking at that calendar and it's a Wednesday.
Yeah, now it's the one
Okay.
behind it. Blaney did the corrections according to Todd's notes, but you guys wanted to verify that the corrections were what you wanted. Do you want me to go make a copy of the corrections?
Yes.
This corrected one?
You're up to it, it shouldn't take that long to go through that. We want to get through it now, and we can stay on schedule.
We only have to look at what's been edited,
Yeah,
and that's the fees, right?
most of it's fees, there was a little wording difference in a couple of,
So those sheets that are where Sherry left them there with the notes on them, those are Todd's notes. I kept them. They have all of the changes that he requested notated on. That would be one thing that you could compare to the new copy.
Did you guys add any new sections to the road policy?
No.
Do you know if Dan Rice reviewed the changes within the policy or anything?
Yes. I emailed them to him the same time that I emailed them to Todd, so they've gone over them and approved them. Your eye. Is it count? And then besides that.
Is it still chopping corn out there? Much more are they gonna chop?
I think they should be done with shopping. And they got a combine.
Yeah. That comes out from less trucks. That's what I liked about when we had wheat and stuff out there, with less trucks.
A lot of that sure that would be exactly. And they got that road beat up.
Now we'll get to it, we'll get out of bad route with next week. We get to it.
I think the last field they're chopping is that big, the first big field. Section. They've probably got 2 days left on that, I think. I think they only work 3 or 4 hours a day because they can only work the field, like it's too dry.
Oh, yeah, it blows out of the truck, bad.
So they'd be
I was
on
wondering if it was going so early yesterday morning, usually that operation don't get going that early.
till 10 o'clock or 11, yeah,
Yeah,
later. in the
that's when
day.
they gotta quit. Wondering if they want them to follow me up the hill yesterday morning, kinda early, so then we got it.
I'm surprised not dragging mud up and down the roads because it feels hard.
Pretty wet.
They're still pretty damp.
Yeah, that wind can't get in that cornfield, so you
No.
can't, other field,
We've been out,
What can't?
the wind.
servicing, well, we're draining pivots. Really, the back will hold me up and they're just full of mud. I mean, yeah, they're just full of mud and they're draining.
So your water shut off?
Still.
Yeah. Well, except where the cows are.
Yeah.
And
no one
it should
shut
go on
that
that
off,
back
yeah.
with everybody.
Yeah.
I love killing trees.
In the timber industry. Wonderful thing.
I probably got a copy of this.
Yeah, you guys had homework. You guys asked for the homework and then you guys got an F. I'm just saying.
We got graded, we had an F.
I read it.
Okay, the changes should be in red.
They are not currently in red.
No, we put them in black because we were attaching this to the resolution.
Okay, good.
So the sheets that you've provided show the changes.
Yeah,
So on your first page, we changed to 654, the total county road mileage. We did find that that was,
On page
Did
3,
away
you're
with the pie
talking
chart.
about.
Page
Yeah.
2.
It's the bottom.
we're gonna we have that changed, I just didn't reprint it yet.
Okay.
Lane, you said you did away with the pie chart.
you put that in red.
What I do with mine? That changes on it.
Population that changed on that page too, sorry.
Yeah, that's what we did 2026. So I just pulled.
And these two things.
So it looks like on page. I'm just gonna cut off the page. Your code of ethics page,
Yeah.
you guys had right in the middle.
What page is that?
Page 4.
This code of ethics at the top.
Code of ethics.
Says code of ethics up top, right under road maintenance plan. Apparently you added or by supervisor discretion to road maintenance is done on a priority basis.
It's the 6th bullet point under road maintenance.
600 here.
Oh, 6 on this. Under own pages, 1, 2.
Or no, that page ain't the same as yours.
This
Road
page-
maintenance.
Somehow Dennis's is not the same as.
Road department
This
blades,
is the old, this is the new. We're
Okay.
under road maintenance
Okay.
plan, 6 bullet point.
Okay.
Road maintenance is done.
We're on page, we're on the path now.
You added, in there, or by supervisor discretion. It says maintain first when conditions allow,
Okay, it's
or
in
by
here on this
supervisor discretion. Was added, it was not in.
Why are we detailing this so much? Why should we do that? Why should
Well-
we just supervisor's discretion, period?
That's the way I think it should be, but it's got this other stuff in there and some people will take it.
literally.
That it absolutely has to be done and it can't be done when you don't have.
Why shouldn't that just be taken completely out? Period. Your discretion.
Whatever you guys wanna do with it, I guess.
I think leaving the paragraph as it is gives Todd something to fall back on, not like, today I felt like doing this road,
Yeah.
but here is how we prioritize them. The highest traffic areas, the school bus routes, the mail routes, as needed. And then if we have some kind of problem, Todd can make a different decision. But I
I
think
think
that
that
gives him some.
Covers your,
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
It doesn't leave
I
it
agree
wide
with
open.
Lisa.
Todd.
What?
It doesn't leave you wide open.
Right.
Right, yeah.
Hey, why
Well,
did you do this?
That's the whole thing, yeah, you gotta have something in there.
I think leaving it's fine.
Yeah, so lay the roads to the best of your ability. Period.
Would be nice.
Okay, then you're gonna go to permits for water. I think it's page 7.
yep,
So you changed you changed the 200 for gravel roads.
change it to 200,
You
right?
changed it to 200.
Yeah, well,
And then you did 500 for paved roads.
Yeah.
Which wasn't in there before.
yeah, it wasn't even in there.
And then you added the deposit is forfeit and any additional expenses incurred will be billed to the individual. The last sentence. And then in the next bullet point, it looks like you, took out the 150, there used to be 150 deposit will be reimbursed, you just took it out.
Yeah,
So what is the $4 for each foot in excess of 25 feet?
if they go out.
Does that still cover it?
I don't know, we've never had that actually happen since I've been here, so. I'm not exactly sure how this is gonna happen, but,
25 feet from where? Center?
I'm not exactly sure on that. I've never had, yeah, I've read it, but I've never had that happen yet.
Well, it just says
If it's just longer than
Maybe when you
25
read
feet,
that,
that's the length of it.
25 foot.
Yeah, it's 25.
If it's longer than that, you're gonna pay more than that.
Yeah, pay $4 for each foot.
That's how I read it.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but it can't be longer than 25 feet, whatever you're doing.
That keeps them within the right of way, more or less, doesn't it?
$4 doesn't sound like.
well,
It's excavation.
Additional.
I guess I never really
Yeah, it's nothing.
paid much attention to that one because we've never had that.
25 into
It's just
Give
a
me an
thought.
example of what we're even talking.
Well, I'm thinking,
But that's just the.
I'm thinking
deposit,
maybe it is
right?
worded
That's
wrong,
an
because
additional.
maybe it's
deposit if
25
they're
feet
proposing. And
wide.
30 foot. They have
You
to
know, if
add
you got a
20.
trench
Well, it's
going across the road that's over 25 feet
25 goes
wide,
into 520 times.
that's kind of almost the way I interpret it, not the length, because we do have 60-foot easement. But our roads are more normally around 24
That's
to
what you're
26
paying.
feet wide,
I
so.
guess I'm assuming you just take a bucket full wet.
No matter what you get
Yeah,
back.
Yeah, I see. Yep.
You're just talking about the length across the road.
I think that you should, if you take your 500 or your 200 and divide it by the 25 feet, which is what your exception is. I think that's what should be your cash deposit if it's an additional foot. So like on 500, it would be $20 and on 200, it would be, it's still a deposit. They're gonna get it back.
yeah.
But if they have additional, shouldn't it be the same amount that you're charging for the deposit for the 25 feet?
You would think that would be easier to figure.
Yeah, so you would charge, I can't do math.
20
today.
on 500 and 10 on,
10 on 200, yeah, on 200 and 20 on 500.
is the other 200, so that'd only be 8.
Yeah, 10 on gravel and 20 on paved. That is if you guys agree with that. That's what I would.
That reads a little better, don't it?
Can, yeah.
I don't know what $4 is gonna cover.
And what did we change that to?
So this part here that says it proposed that if it's longer than 25 feet,
Yep,
an additional cash deposit would be $10 for gravel for each foot, $20 for pave for each foot over the 25 feet.
okay.
So you can only go out,
It doesn't say only 25 feet, it says anything longer.
Anything
than
over that,
25.
so if they go, if they need 40 feet, they're gonna, on payment, they'll get, yeah, 40 times 20.
Yeah, it's gonna be
Yeah,
per
but-
foot that they pay.
That's keeping it the same rate, and that makes sense.
What?
It won't be 40 times 20 because it's additional feet.
Yes,
So it'll be the 500 plus the additional times.
Yeah.
20.
Right.
yes,
Yeah,
that's correct.
won't be on.
Even
won't
though we
be
haven't had it
charged
happen,
on
I think
Right.
that, I don't know what $4 would even cover.
The paper.
Not even.
Right.
Yeah, so. That's my recommendation, so I'm not taking notes, Laney, you're taking notes, right? Okay, so that's it on that page that you made changes. And then on Adelgar policy. Page 8. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think it's 8. 8
Landowners.
bullet point down. You added vandalism and incidences in there.
This includes incidents of vandalism.
Yeah. And it looks like that's it on that chain, on that one. I see anything else?
I have a note on the page before that says add liability and closure signage.
I
That,
think I ended up scratching that out.
Oh, okay.
Not doing a change there, I think.
It'd be the last bullet
Just-
point
Just asking.
right there.
Yeah.
I think you're
I
right. We originally had said
Had
that.
said something about it, and then I think I just decided to leave it the way it was.
Okay.
You just scratch that out.
Yeah.
There's my copy. I knew it was there somewhere.
Looks like
Yeah,
on
I ended up scratching that deal out too. Was that the deal with Sander?
Yep,
snow.
Yeah.
saying no equipment to do it is what my.
Yeah, I just made the comment that don't do any good to sand road when you don't have a sander.
So we just admitted that.
Someday I might get a sander, so we just will leave it in there.
On the snow removal
Yeah.
section. There used to be, bullet point that said county roads will be sanded. We just took it out because we don't have a sander.
Under Birchman on right away is, said you guys to remove, my notes said you remove paragraph the last section. What's the last
Which
one?
one?
Copy. This one.
Enlargement of the right of way. Is that
Yeah,
one
something about
prior
the
to?
gate, yeah.
What page?
Oh. It's not there yet. You're going too fast for me.
No.
I'm having to turn 2 pages.
Well, there wasn't any changes between there that I have.
So. Except for I do have, what is this one? Snow removal emergency. There's like a third priority.
Might be something to do with the road description of the road supervisor, probably.
Yes. Got. Added. Okay, first. It's on page 9. Harry jumped ahead of me. Down here in this third priority. Under snow removal, you added supervisor's discretion.
Yep,
So there's a fourth priority or it's just added?
no, it's
No,
added
it's
to
just
the
added to
third.
the third. Other county roads depending upon need and use at road supervisor's discretion. Is what it's worded. And now I'm on to enroachments. So you said something went away?
Yeah, the last,
This is what my notes say.
last bullet. point.
Now, whether you
I
guys did
just
it.
wanted to change the feet. It
We
was
changed
18,
it to 24 feet.
24 feet.
Okay.
This one here.
Yeah.
And then,
Oh, okay.
yeah, and then the one above it, the bullet point above it. It says something about wings
Are
Wait.
available on
Um,
request.
can be provided by the county. Upon request.
See sales and service for cost.
It's
Yeah, see sales.
Got
and
in their
service
pallets
for
for Lonnie, don't you?
cost.
Yeah, he ain't the only one though.
No, he's not. I
We
think,
have one of these corrals called the pallet corral.
I know.
Wait, I don't know what county it.
But Grant Down,
Just drove that road with me.
between him and Grant Down.
Yeah, we went up on the hill where the windmills. Yeah. Called the pallet corral. Everybody says, well, we branded it pallet corral.
they know
My notes say
exactly
they
what they're
didn't
talking
follow
about.
up on that. And so I don't know if it was ever followed up.
Okay, so apparently,
He lost a motorcycle.
did you check this?
which one?
So on page 11, all individuals cutting forage carry at least 250,000. It says okay. Did you check that? Or did you check that?
That was prior policy and it was marked as okay by the road supervisor and I did not step
Yeah.
outside of my position.
I decided to leave it alone, I think, is what I.
Just leave it as
Is
okay.
that what it was 250 to start with?
250
Yeah,
for a single occurrence.
yeah, we ended up just leaving that alone.
Okay, so that's no changes there.
A type 1 fire crew coming in is $1 million a day, just to let you know. This type 2 is 500,000.
What's the difference?
500,000?
Yeah, no, between type 1 and type 2.
Type 1 is federal, type 2 is state.
Oh,
Was something supposed to be changed? He said okay.
I just
On the
had
right-hand side.
breakaway mailboxes. I have it, but I don't have any notes with it, so.
For whatever they bring.
It's an average of $1 million a day for type 1, type 2.
Under culverts though,
But
page 12.
That's anything.
where's? Oh, right here, it's on page 12. Culverts. Approaches was added to bullet point 2. Prairie County is not responsible for maintaining culverts on private roads or in approaches. approaches was added.
Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. The first bullet point you're talking about, right?
Yeah, well, the last
I
one
think
on
the second one,
culverts.
In culverts, yes.
Okay.
second one.
I'm trying to read it.
You want a copy?
No.
I have an.
And then, sorry, I
read.
had to steal yours so that I can tell you what the
That's,
changes are.
that's fine. I've read it 6 times in the last 3 weeks.
So on page
The second one on
13,
culverts.
17?
The
13,
approaches, yeah, it was added.
on approaches, your second bullet
I
point.
have a request for approaches. I'd like to see a definition
Approach.
of an approach.
Well, we can get it in there. No.
A connection providing private vehicular access to or from the county road.
Sounds good to me.
Did you write that down someplace?
It's the second one there.
Can I keep this?
Sure.
Is this the dictionary definition?
Yep.
I can find this online. You can keep it.
Okay, so the second bullet point, you changed 150 to 200 for gravel and the 500 to pave.
Yeah. Don't want to approach.
And then
The second one,
there's some different wording, so I'm just gonna read the new one. Do you want me to read the old one and then read you the new one, or do you care? Do you just want me to read you the new one?
just read the new one.
Well, you guys have the new one. I'll read you the old one.
Okay.
No person, associate, or corporation may excavate any material from any road, highway, street, avenue, or alley within Prairie County without first securing a permit from the county clerk and recorder. At the time of applying for said permit, the person applying shall make a cash deposit in the amount of 150 with the clerk and recorder for the purpose of surface restoration. You took those words out. County will install.
For the purpose?
We took that out. We took it out. So the new one is what it reads now. And then the county will install, I cannot read that, or can be done by applicant. Once the excavation project is completed and the road foreman determines that the road is returned to a proper state, the cash deposit will be returned. So there's a whole bunch of new wording added that probably explains it better in the new one.
And it's.
Somewhere in here, we should have it that the approach has to be requested by the property owner. Because,
Yeah.
because, and let's just give an example.
Yeah.
Nextera comes and they go to the private property right owner. They make an agreement with the private property right owner. The private property owner requests the approach,
Well, the next bullet.
not Nextera.
The next bullet point, we could add that to it. Prairie County does not have the authority to approve approaches on state or federal highways in the county. The landowner must request the approach.
Private property.
Not private property. No,
No, just the.
Just the approach.
because BLM comes in.
Oh, that's right.
Too.
Yeah.
I think it should go after your first bullet point, or your second bullet point, sorry, and where it says no individual association or corporation may excavate without securing a permit from the county clerk and recorder. Such permits are secured through landowner request, something like that.
Or at the time of applying for said permit, the person applying shall make a cash deposit. Change that to the landowner.
I don't know if that's telling you that the landowner.
We need to make sure that the approach is legal if it gets outside our easement.
Right.
Yeah.
Well, if the landowner's doing the request, it
Right,
would be
then you're
more,
off the hook.
yeah.
You should just make a new bulletin point and put it in there by itself.
Yeah.
It's not missing.
That might be the best idea.
You could
Made
put
it
in the middle.
Bullet point 3.
Do you want it to be 3 or do you want it to be 2? I think before the instructions on how to do
You're
it,
right.
you should say
Who
can.
can do it, yeah.
We'll make that number two, is that correct?
Yeah. So the first one would be road supervisor must be notified for approval and inspection of the site. To installation of the approach.
Permit must be requested by landowner.
I'm gonna make a statement though, just to bring this out to you. I get that the road super needs to be notified, but before they actually can, it also has to come to you guys. And you guys have to sign off on said permit.
But I gotta go out and look at it.
Before you bring,
But does
Recommend.
it tell you that in here? I'm just asking.
I don't think
But
so.
I, yeah,
So you want to go find the process too?
I think, yeah, he has to be notified, who then notifies us where the deposit, because you're saying then they have to come and make the deposit with us, but they don't. It actually can't take place until they approve that permit.
So the second
He
bullet
checks,
point,
but they're the authority
I
to
check and
approve
I
the
recommend
permit.
whether they sign off or not.
And that's not
But the-
identified in here.
landowner has to request the permit before you check it.
Well, yeah, otherwise
Yeah.
I don't know what he's trying.
So it should start out with landowner must request approach permit. Supervise, road
Same, it's the same way
supervisor.
with the excavation.
Right.
That's too.
Do you want to
Yeah.
stick it in that second bullet point? The landowner has to request it.
The
The
supervisor
supervisor has to check it. The commissioners have to prove it,
approve it.
and then work can proceed.
I think that
Well-
sounds adequate.
It has to come into us for them to approval, because that's where maybe they have to fill out the permit application.
And submit it to the road supervisor.
No, it gets
No.
submitted to us.
So I got a question. It says at the bottom of the last bullet point that there's an excavation permit and procedures. What are the procedures? Do they say that procedure in that document?
Attachment J, page 29.
That's literally why
That should actually be on the permit.
yes.
That's the way Harry's talking, it should be on the permit.
Well, it should be in both places, here and on
It
the,
should be, this is your policy and it should be on the permit itself.
do we have a copy of that? Because
It should be attached.
I don't have page numbers, so I don't know which one it is.
I think it's the.
There'd be a couple of them, the approach,
Okay,
excavation, cattle guard.
but that really doesn't give any procedures on it.
I just, okay, do you think there's more over there? That you put this in there and then she gives it to me and.
Because it is, I'm just stating to you, it's a different process, and like some people don't realize that they had to get the permit, like.
Yep.
We'll use Rukov for an example, well, he called and then. We got the process moving, but it sure would have been nice if we could have scanned him and said, hey, here's explaining to you how the process works. And we had nothing. All we could send to him was that, and then we explained to him what he had to do. Luckily, it was like right at a commissioner meeting, so to say.
That's right, you
So
brought the
that
permit
we
in
could
and we
get it
signed it
through.
right then.
Next day you guys sign.
Yeah,
Yes. So,
I think adding the procedure,
Well, see, the right of way
It's
for
ready.
is removed.
It's-
Lots of
if you wanna
information.
check it,
The
see if
other one
it's
has no
eaten.
information on it.
So you're
Courtroom.
gonna just give
Like
us a
approaches
description
have
of
no
the procedure.
information as to what the.
When that comes
requirements
in
are.
and filed with the clerk, that needs to come to the commissioners.
Well,
It does.
and it should actually come to me first. I gotta go-
cause you gotta go look
I
at
gotta
it,
go look at it.
permit filled out.
Go ahead, Dennis.
My suggestion is when that is filled out with the clerk, it comes to the commissioner, so we're in the loop. We see it, we know what they're talking about. Do we got any gripes, complaints, or concerns? You get it, you go look at it, and then come back. That's all I suggest.
that
We're all in the loop a
Right.
little longer instead of,
is the way we do it, though.
Yeah. I
When we
think
get
so.
them, we bring them right to you.
Yeah,
We put them on your
it's
meeting.
just not
But there-
stated in policy.
Yeah, it's
There
just
has-
not stated in
There has
policy.
been one time though, I don't remember who it was, but approach or an excavation, they'd come to your desk and I never seen it. And I had, you guys asked me about that and I have no idea what you're talking about. So I didn't get it on that one particular time. So that's It's gotta go to both.
Then Todd,
It's gotta go to both at the same time, me and the.
Well, normally when we get them, we scan them to him and then put them on your agenda.
agenda, yeah,
So hopefully in the meantime, he gets to see it before.
Yeah.
before the meeting.
Before the.
Yeah.
The road supervisor must be the first contact, notified for approval and inspection. That's your contact. You.
Well, that's kind of what I thought, cause sometimes, like the root crop one, it was the next day, it was a commissioner meeting, and I happened to be out there and looked at
Well,
it.
they
He called me.
contacted us
Yeah.
because of him,
Yeah,
is what I'm saying. They
But-
contacted
but
us.
there's other-
I'm not saying we need to be the
Right.
first, last, or
There's
whatever.
other times that maybe you wanna come in tomorrow and you're not meeting till the 12th, so there's plenty of time to
Yeah,
get things done, but sometimes you don't have that time. You know, so that's why I'm saying that maybe I should be one of the first to see it, you know, or,
between you
and
and
even
clerk.
emails doesn't, like, just for instance, I checked my emails this morning, last time I checked them was last week sometime.
I'd put time on this, prior to excavation or planned excavation, 2 weeks, a month.
2 weeks would be nice. 2 weeks is plenty of time.
That way there'll be a commissioners meeting that we
Yeah.
can look at it.
Yeah, cause some of, yeah, if they wanna, like Thane wanted to do it Friday.
Like we said,
Yeah.
it just lucked out.
It lucked out that you guys met between Tuesday and Friday. Otherwise,
It would have been a couple
Yeah.
weeks before,
But-
yeah.
but a lot of them, you can let them, I mean, there's, if I check off on it and no, and you guys ain't meeting and they wanna do it before you meet, I don't have a problem, because I know I'm gonna get you guys to sign off on it. I mean, pretty much.
Well, you can tell if it's
Yeah,
something
if
that'd be
it's something that-
contentious.
Yeah, something that we don't, I mean, if I'm gonna approve it, I'm sure you guys are gonna approve it, really.
Yeah, ours,
If I
You're
can't-
gonna have a
if I
problem though.
can't-
I'm just gonna state, if you put in policy that this is your procedure,
Yeah.
you need to follow
I
that
know.
procedure. Period. You can't do the, well, I know that you're gonna sign off. If you're gonna put it in policy,
Yeah,
that policy needs to be followed.
we just have to, and
they might have to postpone the excavation for a week.
Whatever the time is that you determine it,
Yeah,
we can't do the last minute stuff.
They need to think ahead.
we're talking about procedures and policies.
Mhm.
One size fits all. And it has to go through steps. And if somebody just, if I wanna put an approach in out there somewhere, I don't need to do it in the morning, cause I've been out there for 30 years. All I'm saying is if it comes through the process, we all look at it, you look at it, we look at it, we
Right.
talk about it, we agree to it, then you have your procedure and your policy. I just hate the thought, if it's just us, that have been here forever, but as new people come in and go, they don't know, have something in documentation to do it. That way they have a route.
Yeah, it's just that
So
they're,
my question, if you're gonna have you do it, can you just keep the forms in your pickup and you could give them the form that then would come to us?
I can't, I got so much stuff in my pickup now. It's
I was just thinking that that would be a,
quicker way to do
Well,
it.
they all got the internet on their cell phone. They can punch it up and get it right off the internet.
Yeah,
okay,
if they do that.
I was just saying it would simplify the process just a little bit.
Well, I think that ought to be.
The only thing that's gonna hurt is the spur of the moment thing, you know, they got a contractor out there putting a pipeline in. And he can also do an approach, well, I want this approach here, can you do that before you leave, and he's leaving in a day? Well, that's kinda tough, but. You know, he ain't gonna wanna come back in 2 weeks and do it, but I mean, but that's something they need to just plan ahead for.
They're gonna know whether they need that approach or not. They just have been setting on it.
Most of the time they do, but they don't think about it.
But that ought to be put towards the.
Yeah.
Beginning of the,
But yeah, we should have something in there of the procedure.
We'll have, do you want Laney to just take in very detailed notes?
Yeah,
Very capable of putting in what you guys are asking. You're saying him first. And then
Sure,
it's gonna
just
come to
say-
us and then we're gonna get it on your agenda. So like a 2-week span
Yeah,
for the process. And then I will email it like I normally do, not to all three. Well, it's to all three of you, but you're BCC'd. And then you can answer. I'll email it to you so that I have it correct. And then please answer my email as soon as she gets this typed and say, yes, you agree with what she typed, or you can put little notes on there and then I can correspond between the three of you guys stating, no, so-and-so thinks it should be changed to this, and we'll get it finalized so that we have this correct with the petition. Are you guys okay with that?
Yeah.
I'll include you in the email too, sorry.
unless you want to figure the wording out today and bring it back at 3
We
o'clock.
can try, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
That'd
we will
take-
try, but
But if you can't,
we have other
Yeah.
things going on in our office
Right.
too. We will try. If she gets it done, then yes, I'll bring it back in and see if you guys agree to
That'll
that wording. If
eliminate
not, then
you.
we'll do it the other way.
Yeah,
Okay.
sounds good.
Can I throw a suggestion out for this policy? That I know isn't part of it, but when this policy is completed, I would suggest that you have a sign-off sheet and everybody in the road department is required to read it and say that they understand it. So that Todd's not the only one over there that knows the procedures that are in this. Because they're all gonna at times be asked, well, what do I do to get an approachment? What do I do for this? And they're just gonna go, oh, go talk to the road supervisor. Instead of saying, well, I believe the general process is this, and this is where you start. Or our policy is this, and they actually have some understanding
Yeah, they should
and a
know the
requirement to
policy
say
to
that they
begin
actually
with.
read it and not just, yeah, I'll get to it someday.
I can do that. I can just implement that in my own office.
Why don't you just have a meeting?
Yeah, well, that's pretty easy to do.
But I would make a sign off saying that they actually read it.
No, in the morning at 7 o'clock, have a meeting.
And
Say
I mean,
we're gonna
read-
delay.
Yeah.
Going out, and we're gonna go through the
Yeah.
road policy, so everybody.
there's other things, just no different than having a safety meeting where you get done talking about what you're talking about and everybody signs off on.
Yeah.
No different.
I think that's a great idea.
I can get that done easy, yeah.
Good.
What page?
14. So sale of cattle guard, you did new 200, 200 foot. And then, for example, 12 feet is 2,400 and 16 feet is 3,200. That's added in the new one. That was not on the old one.
Yeah.
Sale of cattle. And then now we're stating price will vary at the discretion of the road supervisor depending on the condition.
That's a used one, yes.
And then, we added sale of stringers, 24-foot concrete is $17 per foot. And then 16, inch
Sure.
concrete is also $17 per foot.
All of it's 17.
Wood, if available, price will vary at the discretion of the road supervisor. Sale of culvert used, price will vary discretion of the road supervisor. And sale of used plank, same price will vary at the discretion of the road supervisor.
What do you base your prices on?
But he feels he can get for it.
Yeah, kinda,
Traffic repair and
yeah. Whatever they do me down.
We did private cattle guard install for $600. It used to say labor for installation of cattle guard on
I
private
don't know. that-
and county roads.
Because some of it, well, I guess they're paying for them, but on the installation. But
Be
that
like
that
mine.
Private kinda makes.
$350, you're gonna come out and clean my private cattle guards at $350. Put it on your calendar. I'll take that deal any day.
Was that in the policy before?
Yeah, but it was
Cleaning, yeah, you got
200.
200.
Oh, gotcha.
all you want to do is get a list, so you take your backhoe out and do
Right.
for that day.
Well, I would like to, yeah, but if he's got one he needs cleaning, when I'm out there, I'll do it. I'm not gonna make a special trip
Right.
probably. If I had to make a special trip, I'd probably wanna charge some mileage. Special trip.
Well, as a landowner, I have bought cattle guards from you,
Yeah.
and I have bought plank from you.
Right,
And it's your price. I don't remember.
right. But my deal with this private, put private before that makes it kinda think that it's on a private road.
Like mine.
Yeah. That's what I don't like about having private on there.
Well, your previous thing said cleaning 24
Cleaning cattle.
foot cattle guard on private roads and county roads when no easement has been granted by the landowner. That's
Right.
what your definition of that was.
But as far as, yeah, cleaning, but then the installation of cattle guards, do we have anything there on county roads?
Labor for
No.
installation of cattle guards on private
Private
and
and county
county roads.
That's the old one. That's what it says on the old one. Yeah, we need to get something,
We put that back in.
we need to put that back in there on private and county roads. There you go.
So you want that whole thing?
And county roads with no written easement.
Well, county roads, period, whether they got easement or not, if they're installing the cattle guard, it's $600.
Okay.
If they're installing, now if it's a cleaning, if
New
it's a cleaning,
installation, new installation.
yeah,
Maybe we ought to put new installation in there.
could put that word in there. And then on. If they. That's in the actual cattle guards policy. That they have to pay for it if they haven't signed it. It's in that policy, so. Back on page 7, 9, 11, something like that.
Still on your keyboard.
Still breathing,
Where,
He's on the top row of letters.
like TY.
Thanks, CB.
Now he's on your lap.
Yeah.
Yeah, what the county's responsible for and what the landowner's responsible for.
Did you catch?
Page 8.
What all are you guys wanting to change?
Hey,
So that
Jay.
Landry knows what you want
I
to
need
change.
to review for that one, because there's a lot of changes.
He said that the cleaning and whatnot was on that.
Yeah, it is. Dennison's on it there, it's on,
Yeah.
it's about in the middle of it, I think.
It's responsibility of what the
Yeah.
landowner's responsible for, and then also it has.
Prairie County will assume responsibility for care, maintenance, cleaning, repair, and replacement of needed parts for those established
With easements.
with public access easements and those that have been declared by the resolution process. Landowners will be responsible for the unsigned ones.
So it's in that part of the policy.
It just doesn't have a cost on it.
Right.
So can we have clarification what you guys, I'm confused. So if I'm confused, I'm sure Lainey is, and she's the one doing this. So will you guys please clarify what you would like on this sheet?
On the sales and
Yes, what she needs to change these two.
Well,
Or write it on a copy and give it to her so she can have it. One of the two. Either explain it to her or write it down and give it to her.
go ahead.
on that.
You guys have
Fourth
this
one
stuff.
from the bottom.
I don't have
bullet
that.
Point, the private cattle guard installation. It should say private and county road cattle guard installation. Something like that.
You want it to read like it
Without-
says down below?
You just want it
Without
to
each-
say exactly what it
No.
said.
Anything on.
Any cattle guard installation. Put any. Any
Cross
cattle guard,
private
whether
out.
it's gonna, yeah, cross private out.
What about installation of cattle guard on private and county roads? Just take this. Installation of cattle guard on private and county roads.
It just, he wants to take private out.
Just take private out. It's all county road, all roads. It don't matter whether I go put a cattle guard in for Harry
County road.
on his private road or Lonnie Rukoff's cattle guard out there on the county road. It was $600 to install it. Doesn't matter where it was, it's $600.
We just crossed the private out, cattle guard installation, 600.
It doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter, it's $600.
If a landowner comes and requests a new cattle guard on a private road,
It's
for his,
$600.
yeah,
If he wants it on the county road, it's
So
$600.
we're just gonna do cattle guard.
Yeah, installation is $600.
Do we change the cleaning, the wording on that?
take
Well, the
private-
cleaning would be, well,
You
yeah,
clean the
it's
county
gonna be the
road.
same, it's gonna be the same way, whether it's
You
a
clean
private road or
the
it
county
gets-
road ones.
it gets thrown out. If both landowners on either side of the cattle guard on a county road have their easement signed, I do it for nothing.
Yep.
But if the one landowner doesn't, he's gonna have to pay half for that.
So private
So
cattle.
why do
guard
you not-
clean.
I'm asking as a person, why is mileage not considered?
Because normally I'm out there anyway, so
You
I,
do the job when you're in the
I
area.
try to be efficient and not go out and just do one here and then go to the
So
other.
it's
end
not
of
an
the county.
additional.
I just didn't understand that.
Yeah.
I was just curious because I'm like thinking, well, someone's gonna call and ask you for that. And
Yeah,
it's clear out over here. Why are you not charging for mileage? Because that is a cost that the county would incur to get that equipment for doing such services.
usually,
You got-
usually we do that stuff.
Got what you needed, Laney?
I mean, if I had more employees where we could,
You-
do that and be
got
not
what you
efficient,
needed?
I would charge it, but I,
Yeah, Sherry's made marks on the sales and service sheet on this follow.
We're just crossing out private.
and then the cleaning. Yeah, I think you can take out private on that too.
Just say cattle guard cleaning.
Cattle guard cleaning is $350.
You don't wanna leave the.
Oh, I guess a guy could put in there waived if easements have been signed.
There you go.
Yeah, and it looks like y'all were in Washington State, correct?
Approaches, you changed it to 200,
Now, that's the permit.
500,
Approach permit.
It should be, permit cost plus materials. Instead of the 200 and 500 in there, just
so it should be,
permit cost plus materials.
So why do you have a,
Materials and labor.
so why do you have a price under approaches in your policy?
That's for the permit,
That's the permit price.
the permit
Okay,
price.
just making sure I understand.
Yeah, I'm not sure why we'd have that 200 and 500 in this.
Well,
Should
it's
be
in
just-
the approaches
it is.
Yeah.
bullet points.
Does it say permit in the approaches section?
Well, actually, that thing doesn't even really have to be there if it's in the approach per policy.
What does it say in
It
the,
states in there that it's that 200 and 500, it states in there.
At the time
And
of
it states in there
it,
that they
Is the
have,
deposit.
it's the deposit.
they will get that.
They get it back if they do the work themselves. And I approve it, they can
Yeah.
get that back. It states that in the policy. So I don't even
Instead
know,
of
I don't even know
approaches,
why we
it should,
have to have this.
it should say approaches. Instead of approaches, it should say approach permit.
To be honest with you, I don't even think this has to be in the sales and service part.
Because
It's all in the policy.
Want to strike it?
I think we can.
the approaches.
The approach is on this sales and service,
Strike approaches.
because it's all in the
so I have
policy.
a question, because I don't have a new copy. In the approach section, does it say a $500 deposit plus materials, and does it say that?
Yeah.
it
Okay,
is at
I
the
know.
time of
That's fine.
applying for said permit,
It does,
the
so-
individual.
so really, it doesn't even
shall
need to be
make
on
a
sales and
cash
service.
Deposit, $200 for gravel roads,
does.
500 for pay.
Yes, it does.
Okay, so we're gonna take that out. Refer to your notes on my notes.
One in one hand, yeah.
Should stay,
Equipment rental,
say back in the.
you went to 130 an hour, which includes, blade and operator. The backhoe and operator
No, that probably ought to be added, Laney,
Mm.
with, in the page 13 where it talks about the 200 for gravel roads and 500 for pave. Should also add material plus.
Well, it does in a different, I think it's in one of the different bullet points, it does say that.
It does say down, county will install or work and can be done by applicant, but if the county must repair, it will cost the total deposit. If any additional expenses, it's right there in that paragraph.
Okay, that covers it. They'd be bills of the individual.
But you don't have anything in there to cover your costs for going out there and looking at what they're doing?
No, cause I usually do it on my way by, and look, checking roads or working or something, I usually do that stuff.
It is a special trip.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
it will be if bigger development happens in the county.
Not necessarily.
Yeah, it could. I don't know, I just think that's just part of my job.
I
I
was
just,
just gonna
you
say,
know,
I think that's one of those things where,
it's one of them deals, you just eat it, I guess, if it is a special trip.
because basically you're only talking about fuel.
It's kinda like me going out to do a locate or something, you know, it's,
Okay. I'm just
But
throwing
you
it out there.
no, yeah, it's a good point though.
So you want $130 an hour for blade and operator. $110 an hour for backhoe and operator. Gravel truck and operator, $150 per hour. Payloader, dozer and operator, $190 per hour. Pickup and operator, $55 per hour. All other equipment and operator, $110 per hour. And then labor per man is $36 per hour. Why do we have so many different prices? Can I ask?
Let me throw something out there. Hire people,
The trucks take more fuel,
whether it's a blade operator.
more wear and tear
or
on
contract
tires.
come out, they charge me for it when they leave town
Yeah,
till they get
It
back.
costs-
well, that's,
That's
not how
called
I
barn to
operate.
barn.
it's like when I blade Donnie King's road into his house. I don't leave from here to go blade Donnie
No,
King's.
you're out there
road.
already.
I'm going by.
And that's all I'm saying. If you're
That's why I
there,
don't-
that's one thing,
yes.
but if you gotta make
And-
that trip,
If I gotta make that trip, yeah, I do charge
okay.
that, if I gotta make that trip. But, I mean, it's like our snowplow policy. They gotta contact me if they want the road done, cause I'm gonna do it when I go by. I'm not gonna make a special trip. And if I have to go make a special trip, they're getting charged from
Get
where I live.
special cost.
It is
I mean, you
special
should
cost.
have that on here.
Well, it should be in the snowplow policy.
Well, for these, though, we were talking these.
Well, that's the
I
hour.
do- you
If I gotta take my road grader from town out to plow out Lisa. And then come back to town, she's gonna get billed from town out there and back.
But it doesn't say that on here. You're talking personnel, you're talking policy and procedure.
Yeah, it is on there.
Where is
It's $30 an hour.
You think it should be qualified about if you gotta leave town or if you're already out there, is that what you're trying to?
Yeah, if they're gonna see, if you have this and you give this to them, well, this is what it's gonna cost you.
Okay, why not
$130
put
per hour.
It should be in the.
equipment rental, comma, on site? Then, separate sentences said if,
No, I think make it that common.
No, I think it's fine, baby.
okay,
It's been working for 30 years.
Can we upgrade this with FEMA rates?
These are a little bit higher than the FEMA rates right now. I haven't looked into FEMA. I did back in 21. Looked into it and their rates were lower than all these contractors around here. And we're pretty much with contractors now, so.
When somebody contacts you, a landowner, about blading, I feel like you've always been very clear with me and now we're in the policy of snowplow. So when you come by, you just snowplow. And if you're not there, you don't do it.
Right.
And now I understand if I called you special and you made time, that's all we're trying to do is
Right.
clarify that, but
And
you
I'll
always made it pretty clear
I'll
to me.
explain it to them. If they call and say, hey, I want my road plowed. Well, we were just up there yesterday. You should have called before that.
Yeah, now you have.
And now you're gonna have to charge you from town all the way out. And they'll say, well, just forget about it. Or they say, okay, whatever. That's happened. So. But they need to, and they do. Hey, when you're up here, I know you ain't been here yet, but when you get here, plow my road out. No problem, we do it when we go by.
You got a list for that,
Yeah, I got a list of everybody that signed up for the snowplow policy,
just like you do mowing.
just like I do with the mowing, yeah. So it's never been an issue. Most everybody, if they can't get out, they let me know. And I ain't been there yet, so I go in when I go by.
So I have
That's
a
usually not a
question.
problem.
So to run the blade, just to run the blade without an operator,
Can't run the blade without the operator.
wait till you hear my question. Cause I'm just inquiring, trying to understand the different fees. To run the blade without an operator, like it was running, it would only cost the county $94 an hour for that blade to run.
Fuel, replacement cost of the machine, wear and tear,
Depreciation.
yep. And that's why the prices are different between the payloader and the
Yeah,
blade.
that's what I was
It's
asking.
because those
I was
machines-
making sure that you were changing your fees to cover. Cause you're saying $36 is what the person operating it is an hour for that person to operate it. So that's why I was asking $94 is for sure enough to cover that piece.
Your
of-
operating costs.
Yeah, your operating costs of running that.
Right, it should cover the cost of the machine. The only one that's probably too low is the wage, 36. By the time you pay
Workman's
work,
comp,
all that stuff, that's probably too low. Maybe we gotta change that.
your other perks.
Yeah, your
You also
retirement,
need
all your
to, your
benefits,
retirement and all your other benefits.
insurance, yeah. It's
Would $50 cover it?
$50 would probably cover that, but 36 is probably, maybe a break even on it, I would think. Maybe you guys do most of that. You know, we,
It's 24 something an hour for one of them, and it's $22 an hour for the rest of them.
and
So
if
you
I'm
think
running,
all
if I'm
fuel
running the
deductions
machine,
are only gonna cost $16
it's more than
Per
that.
hour.
per hour?
Yeah, so then if I'm running it to 36 is darn sure too low.
Yeah,
I think you
I-
need to up.
I feel, and what I feel isn't important, however, I think that we should make a flat price scale. When you have a man and a piece of equipment out, you pay a dollar amount per hour, whether it's a pickup, a grader, a truck, and you set it at the most reasonable amount for the most expensive piece of equipment. Then we're sure to cover all costs and it will last longer before we have to change pricing due to inflation or whatever happened.
So I got a question here. So you're saying like my highest one is $190 for a loader. That's what I'd be charging for a blade also?
That's that the total cost for your fuel, your maintenance and your employees' time covered in that 190?
Everything, yeah. But the reason it's 190 is, well, them numbers were set by FEMA. And it depends on your horsepower, of your machine, your cost, the replacement cost, all that. That's where all these numbers started 15, 20 years ago. And we just been adding a percentage to them over the years. But if it costs you less to run a road grader than it does a payloader by the hour, I don't see where we need to
Overcharge.
rate the taxpayers when I'm blading.
It's easier bookkeeping.
I do think you need to increase your labor though.
That's-
I don't think you have
that's
enough
what I
on your
think it
labor,
might be.
which is gonna affect the prices even if you go this way. I think you need to change all of these to cover that
Well, see-
$50 an hour.
But we added 10% to everything. Dennis suggested that. I come in with the numbers earlier and he said add 10% to everything. So I did add a 10%.
But if you increase this to $50 per hour, you're only getting $5 for operating that pickup.
That's right.
Yeah.
So, and then it's only $50 if they're operating anything else.
Well, if I-
The biggest thing is that we keep having, for example, we've had to send our equipment away to get it fixed and it's down.
Yeah.
The cost of that, you know what that cost
Well,
is.
that's where we're getting it back when we.
So you are, that's why I was trying to verify.
We're already
like,
getting,
if you-
we're already getting it back, I believe, out of the equipment. The
I
two-
don't wanna,
The two
like,
that need to be changed probably would be the pickups. And then the labor. Everything else, I think, because all the rest of them are comparable to contractors that are out there.
okay. Cause
I
a
mean,
lot of the
if I raise
times,
the
a lot
rest
of the times, even like when we do like. I don't know, I've never seen this, and I do know that when my husband did contracting. This is what you paid for the equipment, and then this is what you paid for hourly wage. It was not lumped together in a thing because, sometimes the hours worked might fluctuate, but you paid for his hours worked, and then you paid for the equipment.
One thing to remember, they only have certain pieces of equipment.
Correct.
Some of them are running on a 10-ton truck.
What?
I was just saying to cover your tail when you're like, I'm not saying that
Yeah.
anybody should, but I need, if he's running and he's got the blade out there and they're running it for someone, and then that blade no longer works for other county business, you need to have that covered.
That's why we didn't get rid of the fourth blade.
But I mean,
No, like I said, the numbers are pretty close to the contractors. If we raise them anymore, we're gonna get some backlash on that.
It's priced out of the market, so to speak.
And I don't know what they charge, like Mr. Copenhaver out there. His truck driving is just, his operators included in with his truck driving. I assume.
It is, because I hired.
You hire. You're not paying two different deals. You're not-
And it is more than you charge.
it's way more than what.
Well,
That's
it
a,
was way more, but I think he's around 125, isn't he, on a truck? Or
I
was?
don't think so. I think it's higher.
I think 2 years ago it was.
Okay, well,
Yeah, I think it's higher.
I don't wanna be higher than the contractor.
I'm not saying for you to be higher, but you also, this is taxpayer dollars that are paying for this equipment. So if you're out there working on something else and that equipment goes down and this taxpayer over here is not getting the benefit of that because their equipment's down,
Right.
I can see issues with that too.
You're looking for a break even anyway.
What do they call
Yes, I'm not saying to make anything, but you need to cover
Your cost.
Yeah.
the cost for all taxpayers.
What'd you find?
Well, I'm looking,
Raise the
he's
levy,
got a pile of stuff.
Yeah, he was tough there.
get down to
This is
75.
11 pages of equipment.
Yeah,
They itemize everything, huh?
yeah. Yeah, they break it down to how much, yeah, like Sherry's trying to say, breaking it down.
What'd you say?
And
No,
I'm not meaning that we have, I just am saying,
Well,
you
they
gotta
call
look
it a
at the
motor
whole.
grader.
I get all of it, but you gotta look at the whole picture because it's some of my taxpayer dollars,
Right.
Yeah.
even though I live in
I
town,
know.
Great.
I think the same way, I think the
pays
same way.
for
too.
that equipment.
Yeah,
All I can go back,
$164 an hour for a blade.
how much?
64.
$164 for a blade.
That's FEMA?
Can I make a quick
Is that
phone call?
with or?
Chris Copenhaver?
Sure.
Yeah.
I think if you raised everything $14 an
Well,
hour,
I think
you
he's out
either,
of line.
all I can do is respond to what happens to me and you bill me because when Todd's out
That's
grading that
for
road, he does my lane road.
160.
And I think it's around $420 to do a mile and a quarter, mile one way and then a quarter into the new house. And 420, I don't think it's too high, but I think it's fair.
Planning.
But the secret is he's already at my cattle guard and he just has to go one more mile and then a quarter mile for another $420. Does that balance out per time?
This is 2023.
So it's higher than that now.
Well, that's, I see it's, but some equipment sitting out on these and there's service out there. I think it will.
So if you went at $14, you still might be short on your blade operating and stuff, but you'd bring your labor up. You'd still be getting $5 for your tech up. But your labor. I see what you're saying.
Yeah, I do too, but I don't wanna rip off the taxpayer either. I mean, it ain't like I'm going into Garfield County and doing work for them guys, them private people.
I don't know that
I'm doing work for our own constituents. I don't wanna rip them off.
Yeah.
I got a good relationship with them now.
totally agree, but that you also have constituents that don't use that service that
Right.
could see the other side of
Right.
that.
Subsidizing.
Yeah.
On a good day, what does
Yeah.
it cost you to blade a road? Or I mean, how many hours does it cost you to
I
blade one
gotta
mile?
figure with the way I've been kind of going through this the last couple of years, ever since that big meeting we had with the South Side.
Yeah.
What the hell was that, 4 or 5 years ago?
Yep.
Or longer,
Or it could have been longer, but
because I
I've
don't
been kind
recall
of
it.
keeping track of stuff, and my blade operators are averaging 5 miles a day in basically an 8 hour, cause it's an hour out, hour back.
Yeah.
Yeah, but you have to count that.
Well,
He's trying to,
I'm trying to figure out how long it actually takes to blade the mile road,
Cause he's already there.
cause he's there.
But you have to.
You know, that's like, going into the private lane, I'm already there. But it takes about an hour and a half.
An hour and a
He
half.
gets 5 miles of road in about 7.5 to an 8 hour day. Of the actual blade time.
sometimes that's too
That's the
fast,
average. And so I figured that out about,
get washboards.
it's about an hour and a half a mile of road. How much did I get yesterday? I bladed for 8 hours yesterday, Todd. What is that from that cattle guard? Up to Ron? 7.5, I guess, yeah, I got
7.5 from the T, from the T.
From the T at 7.5,
Yeah.
so I got about 6 miles yesterday.
Yeah.
In an 8 hour day.
So 1.25 hours per mile, so.
So on your numbers, if you figured the way you're doing about the cost per mile, to blade my road would be 270, you charge me for 420 roughly. Still very acceptable, but I'm just
Yeah.
going off your numbers on your averages.
Right.
So I think in that instance, you're probably gaining somewhere where you might be losing.
Yeah,
And you're right, it's, sure, I shouldn't be paying to grade my road. $10 of it shouldn't be that way.
right,
That should fall on the taxpayer, but you shouldn't charge me from town
right,
because you're at the
because
capital
I'm
rate.
already there.
Yeah, you're already
Right.
there.
And some contractors will do that. I mean,
That's how
not
they
just
pay for their
contractors, but
machine.
these mechanics that come out like to work on my road
Yeah.
graders. He might work on 2 other road graders in the
Charge
area
everybody miles.
and charge us all the same mileage.
They don't split
They
it.
don't split it
Some
up.
people, companies
Some companies will
it
split,
out.
but a lot of them don't. They're double, triple dipping.
They're paying for
And
their.
I'm not gonna
cost.
do that. I'm not gonna do that to my taxpayer. Sorry.
I agree.
Right.
I'm just making a point, like, and also when you're grading over here, you're not doing this work over here, and some
That
taxpayers
was
see that,
when I first
Just-
took over and
just sharing.
Chris Copeland ever come to town. And he come to me and he says, there's some work around here. What do you do that work? And I said, I do. I'll let you have it. My taxpayers would be glad to let you have it. So I could spend more of the tax dollar on our road. Well, some people aren't happy with him and now we're starting to do that again. This work as we go by. We don't make special trips to go out and do that work, but as we go by.
I just think, I'm just stressing to look at the whole picture.
Yeah, I would, personally, if it was up to me, we wouldn't do any of it. Cause I think the taxpayers deserve the time. That's what it is, it's time. If I'm doing private stuff, I ain't got time to do my own work.
That does give you goodwill doing other things.
But it does, it keeps your
Makes people happier when
I
they
mean,
got,
your public relations, you gotta,
we don't
But
have.
it makes the people happier on the other side when you actually have a comparable fee that you are charging for that private service. That's all I'm saying.
Well, if you.
So that you're
increase the
not
pickup and the
Too
labor,
low and you're not too
high,
high.
yeah.
That's the whole point that I'm trying to make.
There's a sweet spot somewhere. Just
Yeah.
last year, you'd haul gravel from Todd. That's pretty sweet because you're right there. And he's getting the tax credit for that. But you're just graveling from that pit and that makes you huge money.
Yeah.
Because you're not running tree credit.
right,
And that's a wonderful thing. And the benefit for me is when you're out graveling around the area, have I been out with a gravel truck?
Yeah.
Providing, you're helping me when you blade that road, when you're there, that road policy. But there is a caveat because it's my truck, my fuel, my guy, my everything. And of course, it's the county road, but it is the road I use.
Yeah.
So there is benefit
Yeah.
there, but that does benefit you too.
Yeah.
We got that whole thing graded here a couple, 2 or 3 years ago before I lost that, used that pit.
Yeah.
And that was a good decision because you got a lot of trucks on that category. So where do you find that sweet spot?
yeah, it's,
So you
My
guys are
thing is-
ways behind on your schedule, so you might try moving forward here pretty soon.
Okay. What do you guys wanna do on that? What do you think?
I think you gotta just change the, price on the pickup and the labor, I guess, and then the rest of it, I think, is fine.
Go to
I'm
15,
pretty
go to,
competitive with everybody else. I'll check in with Chris on his truck and his loader.
So what are you
And it's
changing
like-
the pickup to?
75.
75, probably work on that.
okay. Yeah, will you check on that and then get back with
Yeah.
Prairie?
I can, yeah. The only, backlash you might get on that labor is the public's gonna think we're getting paid that much. I mean,
No, but they need to
No,
under,
Sherry knows that it includes the insurance and the
it's the whole ball of wax.
supplies
Like
and the fuel and
your guys' workman's comp is ridiculous.
road is, yeah.
Yes.
Something you can explain.
and that,
Yes, I can
yeah.
explain
Yeah.
why you're accounting for $50 of a person,
yeah.
of utilizing that person. It's the whole ball of wax that
Right.
comes.
As long as you're willing to put it on, as long as you're willing to do the explaining. I mean, that's just,
Your applications are all okay.
yeah.
Everything in the back okay now? Warren?
I don't think there was,
There wasn't anything we changed other than in the,
no. You changed
in,
private lane plowing to $65.
and the mowing, the
That's the,
$55, I think. 50, nothing.
and 130.
I like it.
Any plowing exceeding the half hour will be charged at the rate of $130 per hour instead of $95. That's for plowing. All of that's on plowing. Where is plowing?
Then there's one on mowing. and painting.
I just haven't found. Yeah, 65 and 130. And then mowing went from
37.50.
to 75. And then 150 per hour. Exceeding the half an hour rate. And then blade work,
What did this go to?
It went to 55, it was it, that mowing, yeah, it was 37.
Oh, so it went there,
Yeah,
okay,
you got the new version,
okay.
it went to 75, right?
not on the mowing. The mowing went to,
50.
Oh, this is
55.
gravel hauling.
or yeah, okay, then on gravel hauling,
Gravel hauling went to
that changed
75.
75 instead of 60.
And then, blade work went to 130. And 130.
You'll make the changes and then submit that for us to review.
Your changes are there.
Yeah,
Oh, yes. We'll either try to bring it in this afternoon or you're gonna get my email. That's how we're gonna do it.
And we'll approve or disapprove it upon getting your email.
It's on the phone.
I need it by this weekend. You guys need to let me know by this weekend. Cause it's, well, by Monday, let's say Monday. People will get the paper on Saturday. They can't call me till Monday, so Monday morning.
Monday morning at 8:05.
No, there'll be messages. Figure it out. You're used to it, yes.
She needed a puzzle.
Yes,
I did mine.
Well, I guess
I was like,
oh, like I said, I got mowing done. I'm happy about that. It can snow now.
But
No, 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 no.
Well, I don't want it.
Wasn't it last year, 23?
Well, it'd be great. Like 5 years ago, we were supposed to pick it up. 5 years ago. And the cows and pick it.
They just love it. I mean, that's
Thanks for
Then
the input, Lisa.
the next step is you see them put their head over the gate. Where's the feed truck?
Right?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, I got.
Blend in every day.
Blades
where you go from libertarians, to liberals.
Yes, they do.
You did pretty good on road policy. Can you run a road grader?
You know, I thought about applying, but I'm not going for the CDL. Nope, nope, nope. Said my husband will make me work for him.
Oh, forgot your lid.
there is the other side of
Right.
it. And
Yeah.
In my cleaning this last week, I found a gas tax map for 26. Do we want that up somewhere?
We need to move that flag on that wall and then move this stuff over here and put maybe a gas tax. What do you think? Would that flag fit on that wall?
What are you gonna do with that?
Move it on this wall.
It's where we can see it now. We don't have to turn around. I like it where it is.
Okay, let's get on to something else here. Inmate excess medical insurance.
She would-
claims administration.
so the action for Eastern Montana, she went to get that and the CRS inmate
wanna
medical
do the
agreement. She's
minutes
gonna
real
get that and she's getting payroll to come back and do with you. So
No, we're gonna have to wait.
Okay.
she'll be back here very soon with those.
Did you want to do these and get them? With these, with the ones Sheriff brought in for the inmate excess medical?
He's recommending he checked all the boxes. We usually don't check all the boxes, but he's thinking we should. It's not that much more expensive. I mean, it's,
What's it
we're
include?
talking. Well, there's excess medical insurance, there's mental and nervous disorders cost you 3 cents a day.
That one we've done, haven't we?
Substance abuse, 3 cents a day. Pregnancy, we usually don't get that one, but it's 3 cents a day.
That's only why they're in custody, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
While
behind
while
bars.
they're holding her.
Gotcha.
3 cents a day per inmate for AIDS, HIV, etc.
And this is his version. He thinks we should do this.
That's what he's doing, saying.
I'd make a motion.
That'd be less than $1 a month
It's
increase.
no money.
Yeah,
And you
it's
got protection.
cheapest insurance.
Recommend accepting Beaver's check marks on 2026 agreement, 25-26,
Which is all.
which is all the boxes checked.
I would second that.
There's a motion, a second to accept all the options for inmate excess medical insurance. All in favor, say aye. Aye. Motion passes.
I was going to send Andy Peel a sympathy card. Would you fellas like to sign it? With Carol Ann? She had cancer. And she finally succumbed.
Was that a sister
That's the older sister
passed away?
of John and Ann's.
Yeah.
29.
Can't believe it's almost the end of October.
Yeah, I'm sad to see that she passed away. I didn't even realize she had cancer.
I knew it and had not seen her for a while.
You want us to sign that, Kristen?
I would offer it for you guys to put your John Hancock on. And we got a claim sheet for a timer and a stapler. Where's the stapler?
It's right here, keeping good care of it, don't worry.
You're not gonna let us use it, are you?
I don't know, I'm excited about it.
And Kiefer broke
You
the
should
other
watch
one.
it like
Why
a
are we
top.
buying it?
Christine broke the last two.
No, no, no. I think Kiefer did. Thank you, Todd. Would you like to sign it, Harry?
I did not know her, so.
Okay.
Need anything coming from me in person.
So here's your. We're a step behind. This is the action for Eastern Montana. They always give two. Cause
Yeah.
one's theirs and one's,
One for your records and one for their.
yeah, I did not make copies of this, you guys, that's a lot of,
Anything
What is it?
change? Most big thing.
probably the match or the amount.
Oh, the action.
$4,488 in matching funds for the contract and matching
Sherry.
area contribution.
They just did the sheriff's thing. Well, they already had a copy of it, so they used it.
You remember what our share or our match was from last?
It was about, cause that combines, cause I think we put 4,000 in the senior center and then remember we separated it out, cause part of that is also time. So I don't have the top of my head.
I don't remember what we
It's
separated.
$4,488.
Yeah,
I
I
know
don't think,
4,200 last year was what I had in my head.
and it's gonna go up and down because the amounts like fluctuate on the, now that we're starting to understand that match thingy.
Yeah.
But I don't know how you can really say no, because it is a lot of money that comes into our county for both, for all of the above services that we get.
I would make a motion that we sign
It's the Older Americans Act contract.
that.
I'll second. All in favor, say aye. Aye.
Does he need to sign both of you?
Yeah,
Yeah.
I don't know why, but it's exact same thing. Just do. We
I
sign
just-
one and keep one, and then,
I see it after you
And
sign
then
it.
you send it to them?
yeah, I send them the one copy and then we
Want
keep
to
one.
claim?
No,
It was in my basket and I got Todd signed it.
they're doing, we're gonna do claims this afternoon because we had way too many of them to make.
That's
We can pencil you in.
She's already there.
She's just glaring at me from under her eyelid.
That's the time sheet.
Are we back down to 3 people in the sheriff's office again?
Yes. This would have the final pay for,
We're back down back.
3.
Now, who's gone,
Garrett?
Garrett, no,
Gage.
The other guy.
Gage Rogers.
I'm not sure
Here,
who that was. I don't think I ever.
Thank you.
I think I saw him once at a ball game.
Yeah, he wasn't
Gentleman.
out and about much. Hey, what are you guys working on now? Claims or payroll?
I got time sheet.
Payroll.
Oh, wait, so you said Dave Schwager?
Gage Rogers.
Oh, he was here.
Yeah, he was our, one of the new deputy hires, but he resigned. So his final pay is,
Did he give a reason?
no. I didn't. Part of it might be he couldn't find lodging, like housing, and he was driving back and forth from Glendive.
Yeah, that would be
Would be a huge factor to me.
That's something you consider before you sign the acceptance.
We probably thought maybe he would find something. Sometimes they do that.
Yep.
Or sometimes they think the drive is not a big deal into some,
until they do it.
Right.
So we,
I don't think it's a big deal till winter gets here, then it becomes daunting. I don't know how people drive all the way to Miles City.
I don't know how people do it. I know that there's a lot of people that do it.
I never.
we're a bedroom community for Glendive and Miles City.
Yeah,
There are a lot of people.
Everybody in the city, they don't tell you how many miles it is, they tell you how long it takes to get there.
Yeah.
It's about
And I'll tell
45
you, after
minutes.
being out in Washington and it takes 5 hours to get to where you're going, oh
Our
my
30-minute drive,
God.
and their 30-minute drive are two different things.
By hour and a quarter.
Yeah,
Year round.
the 5 miles you have to go in Washington is completely different than the 5 miles you have to go here.
Right.
I remember my one job took me 15
You
minutes to
need to
get there
get
in the morning
rescinded
and 45 minutes to an hour to get home.
Yeah. Well, she's a little bit, we'll catch one of them. That's what we do.
Somebody.
Yeah. I think we had Tracy sign it the last time. Is Tracy can sign it?
You guys did get mine this time, right?
Yes.
Good. I thought I was on time
I
this time.
signed, and
Yes, that's ambulance.
Oh, I need to sign mine when you come
It'd be
across.
Andrea's, Tylene's, John's, Todd's.
the supervisors.
Yep.
I know I asked
I
that
may
every
not have
time.
signed. Don't sign my gal's, please.
Interesting. Can you give me mine when you come across it?
Yep.
I sign it.
And Lainey's been pretty much, there's just some things that she's not,
Kitchen.
PRS is challenging, to say the least. It took me a long time to get it. So, PRS and then quarterly reporting and some of the things we're still having me check.
Hand me the ones they've signed. I know that Christina was signed, but I can give them their.
Christine needs to sign this shit.
Make a little pile right here for you, Christine. To sign when you're
Just
done.
one.
No, there's 2 there, but there'll be more.
Okay.
Once I record them, I'll hand them to you and you can sign when you're done.
He needs your time.
You know, Sherry, I thought you had a hearing aid. That
Oh.
thing in your ear.
It's weird. Those help with,
For migraines,
yeah.
yeah.
Oh, extension of the nerve or something.
I don't know if they're specific. It's just that when you get one, you have to, like, for us. And it's something about the, yeah, there's that. Yeah, that's
Acupuncture?
You want
no, I-
to hear it?
Oh,
And
brain.
you can give it to
yes.
Christine had to find it.
She's a doctor or what do you call her? In Glendive, and she does them. She did she still does the piercings. Barry is her last name. She was like a pediatric,
Oh, right.
not is it a physician's assistant or whatever? Now I think she's practicing.
She's got her own.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but she does them. I recommend her to the T, and then she'll tell you, like, if you tend to have them on one side, you do it to the opposite. My headaches are on that side, so you do it to the opposite, and then it's like a pressure point
Sure.
type of thing.
So it is pierced.
Yes. Just you don't see it because most of the time I have my ears cover your ear down.
Yeah.
So I'm assuming it works for you.
Just got a message from Becky Convery,
on
Who's
what?
that?
just touching bases.
Really? Where is she now?
She's the senior environmental attorney for the United States Air Force Environmental Law Field Support Center. Whatever that means.
Does she have?
She worked-
connections to the
Colorado?
She worked for the CIA to evaluate the strength of the Warsaw Pact.
Before she was here?
Yeah.
Wow.
What was she here?
Former county.
County attorney.
Attorney.
Oh,
She's
for
the
Prairie
one-
County?
Yeah,
Oh, okay.
she's the one that wrote the Hall Agreement
Yeah, she wrote the
or the,
Keystone.
Okay. So how long has Dan been in his position?
Ooh, I think he's been in at least 5, 6 years, huh?
he was here before I came.
Time flies.
Yeah, I think it's longer than that.
Interesting.
I'm not sure.
Cheryl,
I'd want to say 12 years
Yeah.
or 11 years anyway.
would you check the stuff for me?
You want me to actually open it and look at it and
Yeah,
everything?
What are you boiling in there?
I'm cooking, reheating something for lunch for everybody.
What are we having today?
You are welcome to come. Tater tot casserole.
Oh,
There you go.
Thank you.
Yes, you're welcome. That's through the end of the month, so that includes, payroll and claims, so you guys are knowing what's.
So we're up to date then on this one.
Yes, yep. Got you a copy too, Sherry, but,
That's 4 months, that's 25%.
Either that or 32.
No.
Last one.
Or would be more than 25% of 12. Right? It'd be
Oh, yeah, where's the
35% or 33%, something like that.
32 point,
She knows.
She does have that stuff down.
33.2.
There you go.
I can make a real nasty comment, but she'd walk over here and just love me, so I'm not gonna say that.
That's a long ways, and there's
Hi.
garbage.
Yeah, but she's pretty fast.
Bottom's like
It's what?
melty.
Oh. Got time to cook more then.
It's crispy on the top still.
Okay, thank you.
Yep.
Good for about 6 signatures and then
I can sign my name like 100 times, and every single time it's different. I have no consistency when I sign my name.
We need to get you an auto sign.
I
I'd like,
want a stamp.
An
I'd like
auto
that.
pen.
I'd like that auto sign with a couple of your checks.
There's a cost involved, is that what you're saying?
Well, no, because I would share the wealth.
Yes, I believe so. Yes,
You better be.
he went better this morning, but you never know.
He's always fun to pester just a little bit.
I brought lunch, Dennis.
Well, I think I gotta run to the farm in the lunch hour. And I appreciate that, but
Started eating bars.
I'll eat home cooked stuff anytime.
Christine, when the claims come in, I did the claim sheet for the elected official training. Me and Garrett signed, I just put us all three together for
Okay,
the, you just have to sign. I think we put an arrow where you need to sign on that.
all right. On the claim sheet,
Yeah,
I got my email on the registration.
and then I got your room. And I said you're an old lady, so you want
So I got an ADA.
on the
room.
main floor, not on up. So it's exactly what I told them.
They should know by now. He held me hostage, Dennis.
I was laughing at something else. I didn't
Yeah,
hear what
sure.
I said.
Sure. Your eyes are brown too.
They certainly are.
There's a reason.
Dare I ask?
I love the stereo I receive.
In one ear and out the other.
No, stereo.
The harmony.
You're lucky.
Over what percentage should we be at?
33.2.
When Mako works with our new phone system, what are we doing? Going Wi-Fi or what is it? How do they do that?
I haven't heard yet.
They must go Wi-Fi.
I think it may be voice over IP. I don't know. Voice over IP uses the internet.
Wi-Fi.
Well, not exactly Wi-Fi, but it uses the internet, yes. Unless they have a contract with Midrivers or something better, I don't know.
Fair. Agreed.
So they'll always max out because they're done. I think it's the premiums or whatever that they pay out for the fair. So she'll probably look at.
What's
that
it
and
say?
Change it for next year.
Which one?
Fair. Fair's gonna be at their top because they're
Yeah,
complete.
they're done.
They're done.
Buy for the,
At her parade, maybe she had more entries in the parade this year than normal or something.
they might have upped their payout.
What they
too.
gave to might be the,
Yours are the last 2 pages, Sherry.
Road's got some concerns.
It's mostly on their supply line, isn't it?
He said he
And that-
bought chemicals for next year.
Them buying chemicals for 2
Right.
years.
the problem, they're gonna make us do an adjustment on that, the auditors. And
I would imagine.
we're not supposed to do that.
Prepay, pre-buy.
Well, if you do a prepay, you need to, there's something we can do on our side.
Kind of have a
But we
budget for
would-
it, don't you?
Yeah, we would, well, they make us push it. So if it's paid for next year, they'll make us push it into next year.
You have to do an
But
adjustment.
we can't do it until we have next year set up. It goes on a line specific. But those are kind of some things that maybe we should be made aware of before, because I think we can do something in the books when we actually
Pay it out.
in the system when we pay it. But I don't think we knew until after it happens. We'll wait for the auditors to do the correction on it.
Right, and part of that will be used May and June, those chemicals, because he was spray earlier, I think he's just securing price and securing product, I think that's what he's doing.
It's like he took delivery of it, didn't he?
I couldn't answer, that. I don't remember that.
Why is employer contributions out of line in road compared to salaries?
Is that because of the new hires that have left?
Didn't you have,
We went in and were looking at it.
does Wade's retirement affect that?
I believe so. Cause you paid Wade out.
Wait out, okay.
Oh, it's like.
And that come out of employer contributions.
Yeah. I think that when I checked, everything was on, but it was because of paying Wade out.
So we exhaust roads, line items on, salaries and employer contributions before we start going over the bridge, is that what we do? Cause we're at only 7.9% of bridge.
Because Bridge only has a percentage coming out of there. So we dropped the percent.
But why is it only at 7.9% used?
I don't know, let me go check
Should
on
be
it.
33.
Yeah,
Let me check on it.
Want to make sure the bridge pays its fair share.
On the last. Let's check it.
Okay.
I wonder if when we did Wade's payout,
If you took part of it out of.
if we
it.
didn't take it out of. I have to look at it. It might
Okay.
just be a journal adjustment.
Okay.
And if it is, it'll make their. It'll make the.
It'll lower theirs, won't it?
Yeah, it'll make the roads.
Sherry.
I have to talk to John about his supply line.
That's
49%.
kind of
Yeah.
been a place that he's worked on all along, hasn't it? The phone's always so out of line.
I don't know. We're always fiddling with the phone.
You know,
That includes,
Seems like it costs more and more money all the time.
yeah,
and the cemetery is where it's at because we paid Art out.
May rode a little over the top, didn't it?
Sheriff's overtime is at 86% and we lost one law enforcement officer. What are we gonna do there?
To pay her. We had to pay Jason out. And Jason had comp hours. When we're not accounting for paying people out, that's when we get hit. Yeah,
We
'cause
can't afford,
Kiefer already came to me.
we
because
can't
looked
afford
at
to
it,
put it.
but he got, Jason had, comp hours. And that's overtime hours, and we had to pay him out.
Yeah.
And basically, everything but two things awesome. And then you can, now, I think. Yeah. Front to check in stuff, and to pay everything, and then for a lot of different other track. It's gonna just like. So, yeah. They should be. Right? The answer that is.
On the bridge, Todd, I bet you I have to refigure the percentage because it's not pulling as many people.
Shouldn't it just prorated?
No, you have to put the percentage that it's gonna pull. I have to tell it the percentage. That's why I hate that it's paid out of two funds. I have to figure out the percentage between the employees. And
Yeah,
then the system pulls that percentage,
yeah.
but it would have been figured on
X amount of people.
X amount of people, and that amount of people has changed.
So it's gonna fiddle your
So
numbers
it would
on you.
have to, because we dropped, because nobody else but the actual full-time employees come out of that, the rest of them come out of the overtime one. So I'd have to probably increase the percentage that Bridge is taking. Or paying would be the right word to say. And at the time I checked it, it was correct because of the amount of employees.
Would it make a difference if you designated one certain employee to be?
We did
paid?
that and Todd didn't like it.
There should be a way, of course, that a percentage like 1/3 of the wage comes out of this line item and 2/3 comes out of this line.
Yeah.
item.
Yeah,
It's just that right now, I didn't even think about that. It's not. The original percentage had 4 employees, then broke down into that amount of money. And now we haven't had,
you haven't changed the
yeah, I haven't
ratio
changed
of
the
it.
percentage that would be pulled from there versus what would be pulled from road.
Lisa, would you like to look at one of these?
Sure.
The expenditure papers? It takes our budget in consideration
In each.
in each line.
This is the first it used.
Okay.
And then this is original budget. That's what they actually budgeted for.
Right.
A lot of them I can, then I go and review and figure out why they're not where they should be at, or if they're over. Sometimes I can tell you.
Sometimes it's because it's seasonal departments like fair where they're already done with their budget and they might be at
A 49%.
70% or over.
Or like, if you look on the first page, like this one from the general is at 100%.
Mhm.
I'm gonna explain why that's at 100% right now,
Okay.
but, it's because it's been done. It's done for the year. Nothing else is gonna come out of there.
Like the library.
And this is the budget year that started July 1.
Yeah.
Right. Yep.
The library, Eileen with their nursing, county nursing, they work off of grants.
Ah,
And a lot of that'll make a difference on when they're submitted and when they're finished.
And they probably have to.
Yeah.
One of the requirements grants every dime.
Right.
So it has to make sure that you zero it out before they do the fiscal.
Kind of a use it or lose it type thing.
Okay,
Okay, so last thing for me is, these I checked with Garrett because I didn't want to forget. So the deal was I waited until the end of this year. This is all of our budget adjustments where I moved them from the one fund to the other. So for instance, we did, the 25,000, out of 2370, or sorry, 25,000 out of, the general, 20,000 of that went to the insurance fund. And then, 5,000, went to, move over to pay for the server. We had a server.
Does that come out of
4010.
29932?
No, it went from the general and then it went, and then that was the general. We budgeted for 20,000 to go into 2371, which is insurance. That's the the base
Oh, okay.
on the insurance, and then 5,000, was to 4010. We're on the second
4010,
year.
yeah.
We're on the
Server.
second year of, 3-year plan for the server. And that was voucher 156, voucher 157. I did all the sheets, but I had Lainey do them so that she got experience in doing the transfers. I did, the mosquito, 3,000 from mosquito into 4010 for equipment replacement. I did 5,000 from cemetery to 4010 for tree removal. Their tree removal project. I did, 2,000 from senior center. This is the second year of their 3rd-year plan for the refrigerator into 4010. So there's that one. And then, I did, 5,000 from, the sheriff's office over into 4010 for, equipment or, capital improvement. I went from land planning board to the records preservation, 5,000 for the annual fee. I did,
On
95,
ARCA?
yes. I did, 2390. There was $95.95 left in that fund. We needed to close it out. I transferred that from 2390 into the sheriff's fund. There was, 2992. That was the total amount with the interest was $61,309.36. That 2992 operating fund is now at 0. It's done. That went into the
So it won't
general
be
fund.
drawing interest and filing your papers up?
No. That's why we waited to when we did. That
Yeah.
was the main fund for why we did that. I did 27,000. This is 2995. LATCF, that's the interest.
The interest.
I did 10,000 into 4010, which is supposed to go to, air conditioner, and identified all of that. And then we did 17,000 into buildings for, window replacement. 5510 was 5,000 over into 4010 for capital improvement. And then 8011 was the interest from that into the cemetery, but we put it into 4010 for their tree project. All of this is what was approved during the budget process. It's just I did the transfers. And hopefully I didn't miss any.
I think you got them all. I had, one of the Kruger windows asked me if we wanted wooden or vinyl for window replacements when he submitted his bid. I told him I didn't know. But I haven't,
Well, it's more durable, but it takes more maintenance.
yeah,
It's weird. I mean,
Vinyl's less
I
maintenance,
think this is the one that I actually did.
which way you wanna go.
so I haven't get about it, so quote on both?
Yeah.
Okay.
Did we find out where that's sitting at and how many quotes we are gonna have to give?
I
I don't think
did
we have to,
not.
I don't think we have to advertise it.
It's not 80,000, so.
Well, it's not, it's not, it's a different amount though.
Oh,
It's a different amount though. I'll have to check on that amount. If it's one project, we just have to get more than one bid. You guys can choose to go with whatever you want.
Yeah.
You can't just go with a bid.
we
If it's
need,
a certain amount.
Yeah.
I have to verify what that amount is.
and I have no idea what the amount would be until I get a bid.
I ask a question?
Sure.
What is assessments town?
We pay a fee to the town.
Be our taxes go to the town?
Gotcha, yeah, but it's almost all been paid already.
Yeah, it's like garbage,
Garbage,
Sewer,
sewer.
that's it, isn't it?
Park, you got the park.
park is separate.
I saw that,
Yeah.
That's been at that figure for years.
I think we pay it for the year when we pay it.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
We don't do like a monthly. thing.
One time a year type thing.
Gotcha, yep.
Okay, sure.
And like some of the matches and different things like that, that's the same thing with those.
Okay,
Why they get to where they're at is because the match is paid and it's done. Economic development, it's paid and it's done.
gotcha.
So some of those are like that. Dues is another one. Normally, when you pay your dues, like treasurer, clerk and recorder, once you pay your dues, we're done.
Gotcha.
It's for the year.
Yep.
Great. I think that's it. So this afternoon,
we,
I'm gonna set
oh,
up
that's my
the,
pen.
Here,
I brought lunch.
oh, okay.
Oh,
I'll go get it ready while you guys finish some paperwork if you want to.
well, hold on just 1 second if you would. That's
Thank
yours. This is progress report on the Milwaukee Bridge, and here's an email that goes along with it that explains it. I'll put one in Todd's, box because I was originally given one that didn't get to it, so.
I thought they sent, is that up for bid?
I don't know where it is, you'd have to read it. I'm thinking it's the Milwaukee Bridge. It's at 95%, so I doubt it's out for contract till next year.
Oh,
Until
something like
spring.
that. He said he saw something on the bidding on it.
This is for TSEP.
Yeah, reaching out to connect Prairie County contract Montana DSEP.
This is the 160,000. Better get that spent before the next legislative session, because if it doesn't get spent by the next legislative session, it's gone.
Yeah, we're gonna.
They are getting very antsy and
You wanna call Tara and see if we've got the money to send in on it?
no, it's. We put in that's part of the contract we have with Flap.
So what do we have to do?
We have to pay Flap. And then put the claim in to the
And
state
be reimbursed?
and be reimbursed. It's a reimbursable grant.
But it has to be let out to bid first, doesn't
We
it?
can move it.
It
Yeah,
has to be in progress.
Once we receive the permit for in-water work, and they have up to 120 days to issue or deny. from I don't know what date that is.
Well, I'm meeting with the U.S. Fish and Wildlife Service on December 2nd in DC at
That was-
10:30 in the morning.
That was one of your appointments you set up?
Yeah. And he actually called me during the government shutdown. Their scheduler called me.
I'll be
So
darned.
you guys still coming? We'll be here. He said, no, we canceled yesterday, but we'd like to reschedule. And he says, fine. Reschedule us and he's a nice guy.
A different group than what you visited with last time, because you did visit with the Secretary of Interior, right?
We're working on that one still.
I put a copy of that stuff in Todd's, in his basket, so he'll get it.
Oh, thank you.
Oh, talking.
Mhm.
I gotta make a phone call.
Are you guys gonna go to lunch?
Yeah.
Yeah,
We're
I'll
out of here.
stop the recording then. I gotta run down